distinguished guests, eminent resource persons, respected dignitaries, faculty members, researchers, industry experts, and participants to the AICT Training and Learning ATAL Academy Faculty Development Program organized by Maharaja Aghasen Institute of Management Studies, Delhi. Today's program reflects our institute commitment to academic excellence, innovation, research, and continuous professional development. AICT ATAL Faculty Development Programs are designed to empower educators with emerging knowledge, advanced practices, and interdisciplinary perspectives, enabling them to contribute effectively to higher education and nation building. Let us commence this auspicious occasion by seeking the blessings of Almighty. Now I invite dignitaries to kindly come forward for the lighting of ceremonial lamp symbolizing the truth of knowledge over the ignorance. May I respectfully invite Shri Nandkishore Sarji, Shri Rajni Gupta Sarji, Director Ma'am, Manoj Sir, and all other HODs.
Thank you.
Day-1, please join us. Hosting an AICT ATAL Faculty Development Program is a matter of great pride and distinction for any institution. The selection of Maharaja Aghasen Institute of Management Studies MAIMS by the AICT Training and Learning ATAL Academy is a recognition of the Institute's unwavering commitment to academic excellence, quality research, innovation, and faculty development. The proposal submitted by MAIMS stood out because of its well-defined academic vision, carefully designed program structure, relevance of the chosen theme to contemporary educational and industry needs, strong institutional infrastructure, experienced faculty members, and the Institute's proven capability to successfully organize high-quality academic events. As a symbol of gratitude, respect, and our shared commitment towards sustainability and a greener future, I request Professor Dr. Rajni Gupta Ma'am to kindly present a sapling to our Honorable Founder Chairman and Chancellor Maharaja Aghasen University, Dr. Nandkishore Sarji. A sapling signifies growth, wisdom, hope, and nurturing of the future generation value that Sir has. Thank you, ma'am. May I request Professor Dr. Manoj Verma Sir to kindly present a sapling to Shri Rajni Gupta Sarji, General Secretary MAIMS. May I request Professor Dr. Manju Gupta Ma'am to kindly present a sapling at Momento and a token of gratitude to Dr. Pranima Gupta, our first speaker of the session.
Thank you for coming, ma'am.
As we gather here today, let us celebrate not only the commencement of the faculty development program, but also this remarkable achievement of our institution. It is indeed a proud moment for the entire MAIMS family, and we are honored to host such a prestigious national academic institution.
Most respected Dr. Nandkishore Sarji, Founder and Chief Advisor, Maharaja Aghasen Technical Education Society, and Chancellor, Maharaja Agristan University, Baddi. Respected Shri Rajneesh Gupta ji, Joint General Secretary, Maharaja Agristan Technical Education Society. Honorable Professor Dr. Rajni Malhotra Dhingra, Director, Maharaja Agristan Institute of Management Studies. My sincere regards to all head of the departments, Dr. Praveen Kumar Gupta ji, Dr. Manju Gupta, Dr. Sarita Garg, Dr. Umesh Pathak, Dr. Gaurav Agarwal, and Dr. Sumedha Datta. All the distinguished resource persons, Dr. Budima Gupta ma'am ji, esteemed faculty members, and dear participants. A very warm good morning to you all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this 1 week ATAL Faculty Development Program on AI and machine learning for evidence-based business decision-making models, applications and research perspectives. The ATAL Faculty Development Program is an initiative taken by the AICTE Training and Learning Academy, that is ATAL, AICTE Training and Development Academy under the All India Council for Technical Education AICTE. It aimed at enhancing the quality of teaching and research among faculty members in technical and management institutions. After competing with around 400 higher educational institutes, Maharaja Agristan Institute of Management Studies has received a grant of rupees 3.5 lakh for this initiative. So my congratulations to the organizing team. On behalf of the entire organizing committee, I extend a heartfelt welcome to our esteemed guests and expert speakers and all the participants who have joined us today. The primary objective of this FDP is to equip our faculty members with a conceptual understanding of AI. What we are eager to know that how this AI can change the life of ours as well as our students. How we can include this AI into our teaching methodology, teaching pedagogy, so that our students can be well prepared for the future challenges and other things. So I hope over the next few days we will have the privilege of learning from distinguished experts who will share their knowledge, experience and practical insight. I encourage every participant to actively engage in the session, ask questions, exchange ideas and explore how AI can enrich our teaching and research practices. I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Nandkishore Garg ji, Founder and Chief Advisor, MAIMS, Shri Vineet Kumar Lohia ji, Chairman, MAIMS, Shri Rajneesh Gupta ji, and the entire management and our respected Director ma'am for their constant encouragement and support. My heartfelt thanks also go to our resource persons and our organizing committee members. I would like to name the members of the committee, Ms. Meenakshi Gupta, Dr. Nisha Jindal, Dr. Anu Goyal, Ms. Rashi Agarwal and Ms. Neha Agarwal, and all those who have worked tirelessly to make this program a reality. I am confident that this faculty program will inspire us to embrace innovation while uploading the core values of education, critical thinking, creativity, ethics and lifelong learning. With these words, I once again welcome each one of you to this faculty development program and wish all of you a highly productive, enlightening and rewarding experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for your kind words. May I now request our respected Director, Professor Dr. Rajni Malhotra Dhingra ma'am, to kindly welcome the gathering.
सशक्तिकरण, नवीनीकरण अनिवार्य है। सशक्तिकरण, नवीनीकरण अनिवार्य है। स्थिरता पतन की पहचान है। स्थिरता पतन की पहचान है। रहना है गतिमान तो अपनाना होगा। रहना है गतिमान तो अपनाना होगा, तकनीक को विवेक से। With this, I welcome everybody present here. Shri Nandkishore Garg ji, Chancellor, Maharaja Agristan University, Baddi, and Founder Chairman, Maharaja Agristan Technical Education Society, Shri Rajneesh Gupta ji, Joint General Secretary, Maharaja Agastya Technical Education Society, all HODs who make this event a success, organizing team, participants and the resource person, I welcome everybody present here. So as already highlighted by Manoj sir, that FDP is a structured professional development initiative designed to update and sharpen the skill of educators, researchers and academic leaders. FDP train teachers to use interactive techniques, group collaboration, project-based learning to keep students engaged. With this, I would like to highlight that we as a colleague, we as a faculty members have two duties. First is we must update ourselves. A modern business graduate can no longer afford to be uncomfortable with data sciences, and a data science graduate must understand business context. Second, we must lead interdisciplinary research, and the most exciting portion lies at the intersection of computer science, statistics, behavior economics and organizational management. With this, I would like to highlight that evidence-based management is not a new concept. What is new is our ability to process real-time evidence using machine learning algorithm. AI does not just only support decision making, it fundamentally alters the decision making process, moving us from descriptive analytics to predictive and prescriptive analytics, that what action we should take. So now let us make this faculty development program be a catalyst for new collaboration, updated courses, modules and groundbreaking research papers. I will like to highlight that Acharyat Padmajate Padam Shishya Sab Medhya Padam Sab Brahmacharibhya Padam Kal Karmen Cha mean a student learn only a quarter from the teachers, only a limited knowledge we give to the students, a quarter from their own intellect, a quarter from their peers, and the final quarter through experience over time. And as a duty, that this reminds us our duty, that teaching is not about spoon feeding information. FDP trains faculty to create active ecosystem where students can think for themselves, collaborate with peers and learn from real world application. So heavy duty is on us to prepare the student so that they can learn from their experience. Thank you. Enjoy this FDP and make it a learning experience. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words and blessings. It's now my pleasure to invite the driving force behind the faculty development program, whose meticulous planning and tireless efforts have made this event possible. Our next invitation is to the dynamic academic leader whose unwavering dedication has transformed MAIMS into the center of excellence in higher education. Their presence today is a source of immense encouragement and inspiration for all of us. We are truly honored to have Dr. Nandkishore Garg, Founder and Chief Advisor, MAIMS and Chancellor, MEU, Maharaja Agastya University, Baddi, as we embark on this emerging journey of learning, innovation and academic excellence. May I respectfully invite our Honorable Founder Chairman, Shri Nandkishore Garg sir, to kindly grace the dais and bless the occasion with his august presence.
दिन का ये FDP प्रोग्राम भारत सरकार, उसके ऑल इंडिया काउंसिल फॉर टेक्निकल एजुकेशन, उनके सौजन्य से और हमारे आप सबकी प्रयास से आज प्रारंभ हुआ है। 7 दिन चलेगा, यही 7-8 दिन एडमिशन की भी मारामारी रहेगी। जो न्यू एडमिशन है उनका आना भी शायद कल से शुरू हो जाएगा। आप लोगों का जो काम है वो इन दिनों में बहुत अधिक रहना है, इसलिए बहुत ही मन लगाकर इस FDP से भी लाभ उठाएं, तो नए नए सॉफ्टवेयर बने, कंप्यूटर की सभी एक्सटेंशन है, और बहुत ही कंस्ट्रक्टिव काम भी कर सकते हैं, बहुत ही डिस्ट्रक्टिव काम भी कर सकते हैं। कई दिन से जैसे आप देख रहे हैं सोशल मीडिया पर AI से जनरेट करके नकली मार्कशीट बना के नीट एग्जामिनेशन में भ्रम फैलाने का काम, ये सब हर अच्छी चीज़ और हर बुरी चीज़। यूरेनियम 235 से फ्यूजन और फ्यूजन से कितना अंतर है कि एटॉमिक बम भी बनता है तो नागासाकी हिरोशिमा हो सकते हैं, बिजली का उत्पादन भी हो सकता है। ये सारे टूल आपके हाथों में और आपके माध्यम से नई जनरेशन के पास जा रहे हैं। किस ढंग से आप पढ़ाएं कि उनको सब चीज़ें समझ में आनी चाहिए कि डाटा अपने आप में सबसे बेशकीमती चीज़ हो गई, इसीलिए डाटा माइनिंग और ये जो सब प्रयोग है, मशीन लर्निंग, ये सारी चीज़ें हमें नहीं लगती हैं हमारी पीढ़ी के लोगों को, परंतु आप लोग सहज रूप से इसके माध्यम से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। तो सेकेंड का 7 दिन का प्रोग्राम है। कितने लोग बाहर से हमारे मेम्स या मीट के अलावा जो बैठे हुए हैं, आप थोड़ा करेंगे? अच्छी बात, आप सबका भी स्वागत है। और आप सब मिलके जो हमारे एक्सपर्ट्स आएंगे, अभी प्रोफेसर गुप्ता बैठे हैं, पूर्णिमा तो नाम भी आजकल नए पूर्णिमा से भी आप सब लोग सीखें, मन लगा के सीखें, और सीखने के बाद अपने विद्यार्थियों को इनके माध्यम से उनको भी अपडेट करें। मेम्स ने डॉक्टर कक्कड़ ने 2003 में जो सपना दिखाया था, कई लोगों में से पुराने तो उस समय नए नए फैकल्टी ज्वाइन किया था, मनोज जी कई लोग हैं बैठे। तो उस समय हमारा 2-3 साल में ये स्थिति थी, लोग कहने लगे थे कि SRCC के लोग मेम्स SRCC की तरह उभर के आ रहा है। ये आप लोगों ने सुना ना, तुमने सुना होगा। कक्कड़ साहब ने इसको साउंड फिटिंग पर चलाया था। CS शर्मा जी ने भी अपना बड़ा योगदान दिया था, बीच बीच में और भी लोग आए, भट्ट साहब आए, और आपको रजनी मैडम के नेतृत्व में आपने प्लस ए जो लिया है, अब उससे आगे बढ़ना, पहले मेंटेन करना फिर आगे बढ़ना, बहुत बड़ी चुनौती है। और इस चुनौती को आपको स्वीकार तो किया ही है, आगे बढ़ना ही है। और आगे बढ़ते हुए देश के अंदर जो कुछ चल रहा है, इसके प्रति थोड़ा हम जागरूक हों। इस देश को डिस्टेबलाइज करने के लिए बहुत फोर्सेस, मल्टीपल फोर्सेस, जितने बड़े देश हैं, 100 करोड़ बड़े देश, उन समेत सब लगे। तो आपका डबल काम है, खुद को जागरूक रखना, मॉरल हाई रखना, बच्चों को उसी दिशा में मोड़ना। अदरवाइज कोई कॉर्पोरेट के नाम से आए या कुछ भी आए तो इस देश को ब्लैकमेल करना। पार्लियामेंट कैसे कैसा यूथ है, कितना बिग पंडित है जो कह रहे हैं तोड़ देंगे, हम ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे। वो सब सुन के कितना विचित्र लगता है। परंतु जितना एक्टिव आप सोशल मीडिया पे, आप कौन एक्टिव, कोई रिस्पॉन्स देते हैं किसी चीज़ का? पिछले 3-4 दिन में कुछ किया है तो एक वीडियो वगैरह जो की है, एक्टिव कहाँ हुई? इनमें से 10 बार भी कुछ जवाब देना पड़े तो देने की हमारी हिम्मत है। हमें एक अच्छा नेतृत्व इस देश को मिला नहीं। अब तक इस देश को कोई नेपाल बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा है, कोई बांग्लादेश बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा है, कोई कुछ भी करने की कोशिश कर रहा है। कैसा इस देश को हमने बना दिया था। मैं आज सुबह ही यूट्यूब पर सुना कि प्रधानमंत्री कार्यालय के सबसे नज़दीक, रेस कोर्स रोड के नज़दीक, एयरफोर्स हेडक्वार्टर के नज़दीक 4000 लोग, देशद्रोही लोग बसे हुए थे 20-25 साल से। 4000 बड़ी संख्या है। कॉलोनी का नाम भी मस्जिद बस्ती। 4000 लोग 1980 में बस गए। और वो सब लोग तय कर लें, पत्थरबाजी करके पार्लियामेंट या प्रधानमंत्री के घर में घुस गए। कैसे रुकेंगे? किसने उनको बसने दिया? मोस्ट सेंसिटिव एरिया, सबसे अधिक सिक्योर्ड एरिया, दिल्ली जिमखाना और ये जो सब जो हराम का खाने वाले लोग जो अंग्रेजों के टाइम से ही प्रिविलेज क्लास है, जिनके आधा कनाट प्लेस एक परिवार का हो, शहीद भगत सिंह को जिसने फांसी दिलाई वो लोग हों, और वो आज इस देश में क्या कर रहे हैं? आप पढ़े लिखे लोग PhD और सब कुछ करके इनको रिस्पॉन्स नहीं देंगे, तो कौन भी रिस्पॉन्स? 4000 लोग एक बड़ी संख्या है, 4000 लोग तय कर लें पत्थर लेके। आज भी न्यूज़ आइटम जब आती है कौन कह रहा है? नहीं नामा, एक ट्रक ईंट पत्थर का कैसे आए? कौन पूछ रहा जो लेके आए? सवाल कौन पूछ रहा है कि CP एरिया में, जंतर मंतर एरिया में एक ट्रक पत्थरों का भर के आए? कौन पूछ रहा है? तो नया नाम जो है आजकल कॉकरोच पार्टी का शो कार्ड होते कि कैसे आगे ये पूछ रहा है। पूछने का हक हमको है, आपको है, और तो जो ये तमाशा कर रहे हैं उनको भी है। क्या इस देश की जुडिशरी को हो गया है? उनको इन्हीं कामों से फुर्सत है, किसको मैदान पर में इलाज कराएं, किसको सफदरजंग में कराएं, जिनको अपने देश पर विश्वास नहीं, अपने अस्तित्व को विश्वास नहीं, उनको जुडिशरी को उनको क्यों एंटरटेन करना है? देश के प्रधानमंत्री का जब इंदिरा गांधी को गोदी रही तो कहाँ लेके आए? एम्स में लेके आए। एम्स, सफदरजंग और वर्धमान महाराज ये कॉम्प्लेक्स, उसका इलाज जैसे पसंद नहीं जाओ जाना, कोई रिएक्ट ही नहीं करता। आप कोई तो रिएक्ट करो भाई, नहीं करोगे तो प्रिय देश को कितने दिन संभाल पाएगा? 140 करोड़ यदि भीड़ तंत्र में बदल जाए तो 50,000 आदमी नहीं समझते। 50,000 मैक्सिमम लिमिट है जो जंतर मंतर भी गए हैं, 50,000। सारा मीडिया में, सारे देश में, पूरे वर्ल्ड में क्या तमाशा चलता है? अगर 50,000 लोगों को हम नहीं संभाल सकते, 20 लाख लोगों का एग्जाम हम नहीं करा सकते, कौन जिम्मेदार? और 20 लाख की संख्या क्यों इकट्ठी की है सरकार? 18 साल से 20-22 साल के बच्चे, उसमें मुश्किल से 6 लाख, और मेरे 40 साल 50 साल वाले MBBS का एंट्रेंस एग्जाम देने का सेंस है कि पास हुए तो नकल कराने के जो गैंगस्टर्स हैं वो इस बहाने एग्जाम दे रहे हैं। जब UPSC में मैक्सिमम एज लेवल 28 साल की 30 होगी, रिजल्ट के रिजल्ट 35 होगी, तो MBBS करने वाले 40 साल की उम्र वाले क्यों बैठना चाहिए? इस देश को तमाशा बना दिया। तो उनको सुधार करने में 70-80 साल की प्रॉब्लम्स हैं। 125 साल 150 साल पुराने कानून में मैडम बैठे लॉ के लिए प्रिवेंट की जाए। 1861 के कानूनों से इस देश को आप 2026 में चलाना चाहें, नहीं चल सकते। भगवान भी मनो महाराज भी आ जाए, वो भी कहेंगे नहीं चल सकते। जिसमें सब्जेक्ट्स थे हमारे को पेनल शब्द, इंडियन पेनल कोड शब्द दिया था, दंड संहिता, न्याय संहिता बनाया, तो उसको भी लागू करने में बंगाल ने अब जाके लागू हुआ। न्याय मिलने का प्रक्रिया अब शुरू हो इस देश में 75 साल के बाद। कैसे देश में हम लोग, आप लोग जी रहे, हमारे दो की पीढ़ी इसी में निकली। इसलिए जागरूक बने, एक्टिव रहें, अपना जीवन और अपने आने वाली पीढ़ियों का जीवन जिसके लिए हम सब लोग लगे, उनको सिक्योर जीवन देना है, तो हमें जागरूक होना ही पड़ेगा। और ये सारी चीज़ें, मैं इसको कई बार मजाक में ADP ज़्यादा, तमाशे ज़्यादा है, रूटीन की चीज़ें हैं। परंतु भारत सरकार भी कोशिश कर रही है, 3.5 लाख को दे रही है, हम भी कोशिश कर रहे हैं, एक्सपर्ट्स भी आ रहे हैं, सेशन भी हो जाएंगे 7 दिन में। उसके बाद कोई एग्जाम भी हो जाएगा कि क्या सीखा?
जैसे एक रिफ्लेक्शन जर्नल होता है, तो सब कैंडिडेट्स की टीम बनती है, व्हाट दे हैव लर्न उसमें लिखना होता है, उसकी PPT वहाँ पे सबमिट करती है।
तो जो सबमिट करें पेपर मुझे भी दिखाना, और दो चारों से बिल्कुल मुलाकात की। क्योंकि मीठी मीठी बातें, अच्छी अच्छी बातें सब कर सकते हैं, थोड़ी कड़वी बातें करने और सुनने का तो अभ्यास ही नहीं होता, इसीलिए सारा ये हालात है। जो तो मुझे तो 4-5 के अलावा कोई चेहरा नजर नहीं आ रहा जो हमारे यही पढ़ा रहे हैं, पढ़ रहे हैं। डेवलपमेंट होना चाहिए। कि कोई एज ए पार्टिसिपेंट आए हो कैसे?
सर इसमें AICT में इन हाउस सिर्फ 10% रह सकते हैं, 10%, बाकी सारे आउटसाइडर। 10% इन हाउस होना चाहिए, बाकी आउटसाइडर।
ये सारे
दिस इज द रूल।
ये रूल है, कंडीशन सब है। अब ये
आप तो आउटसाइडर हो गए।
हाँ, मेट का हम
कंप्यूटर का ये सारी चीज़ें जो आप सीखेंगे, एक्सपर्ट आ रहे हैं, उन एक्सपर्ट से कम नहीं सीख
जी।
इनके आपस में जब बीच में मिले लंच में, उसको बातचीत करें, सीखें। और मानव रचना से आई है हमारी प्रोफेसर साहब, बाकी लोग भी आए हैं, उन सबका स्वागत है। FDP सफल हो, आप लोग इसमें सीखें और सीखने के बाद व्यवहार में भी लेके आए। आप लोगों से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir, for your kind blessings and valuable wishes. Now, it's the next achievement of our DBA department. It's a moment of immense pride and privilege as we gather to celebrate the launch of remarkable academic contribution, a new book titled as Innovative Perspective in Management, Commerce and Law, Strategies for a Globalized World. This book reflects the collective wisdom, research excellence and intellectual commitment of the eminent academicians and scholars. It explores the contemporary issues and innovative strategies across the field of management, commerce and law, offering valuable insights to researchers, educators, students and policymakers. We are deeply grateful to distinguished editors, Professor Dr. Rajni Malhotra Dhingra ma'am, Dr. Manoj Verma sir, Dr. Sushila Gupta ma'am and me myself, Meenakshi Gupta, whose vision, dedication and scholarly effort have transformed this publication into meaningful academic research. Now, with great honor and respect, I request our Honorable Sir, Rajneesh sir, Director ma'am and our esteemed editors to kindly come forward for the formal unveiling of the book.
बाकी लोग आ सकते हैं।
आई मुझे सुशीला मैडम है, दोनों को
As we come to the close of enriching inaugural session, it's not my vote of
मेरे vote of thanks.
अच्छा,
It's now my privilege to invite Dr. Nisha Jindal ma'am to deliver vote of thanks.
A very good morning to everyone. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on the inaugural session of one-week faculty development program on AI and machine learning for evidence-based business decision-making, models, applications, and research perspectives. From 22nd July to 28th July, conducted by Department of Business Administration at Maharaja Agrawal Institute of Management Studies. First and foremost, I express my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Dr. Nand Kishore Garg, Founder and Chief Advisor, MAIMS, Chancellor Maharaja Agrawal University, Baddi, whose visionary leadership, unwavering commitment to excellence and dedication towards quality education continue to inspire us and provide a strong foundation for academic growth and innovation. I express my sincere thanks to Shri Rajneesh Gupta ji, Joint Secretary MAIMS, for their continuous support and guidance. I extend my sincere thanks to our respected Director Ma'am, Dr. Professor Rajni Malhotra Dhingra, for her constant encouragement, valuable guidance and continuous support in organizing academic activities that enrich the learning experience of our students and faculty. I would also like to express my thanks to our respected Head of the Department, Dr. Manoj Verma, for his motivation, leadership and wholehearted support in making today's inaugural session a success. I also extend my thanks to all heads of the departments for their esteemed presence. A very special note of gratitude goes to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Kalima Gupta, for delivering such an insightful, informative and thought-provoking session. Your vast knowledge and practical perspectives have greatly enriched our understanding of the subject. Your words have not only enhanced our knowledge but also motivated us to think critically and pursue continuous learning. Once again, thank you, ma'am, for your invaluable contribution and for making this session a memorable and meaningful experience. A special thanks to all the participants for their enthusiastic presence and active involvement. Your eagerness to learn and engage has made this inaugural session meaningful and encouraging. I also extend my sincere thanks to all the faculty members and organizing committee members whose dedication, planning and teamwork ensure the smooth conduct of today's session. As we formally inaugurate this program today, I hope the forthcoming sessions will be equally enriching, attractive and beneficial for each one of us. With these words, I once again express my heartfelt gratitude to all our distinguished guests and participants for making this inaugural session a memorable beginning. Thank you once again. Wishing everyone a fruitful and enriching program ahead. Thank you.
प्रोजेक्ट टीम एक बार आ जाइए आप। सर आपको इसलिए तो और भी होगा सर।
Very warm welcome to our distinguished resource person, Dr. Kalima Gupta, who has made significant contribution to the fields of academics, research and doctoral education. Dr. Kalima is currently associated with Manav Rachna University, where she is entrusted with several key academic responsibilities. She is serving as the Director of Doctoral Program, the Coordinator of PG Programs and the Coordinator of Research Program in the Department of Computer Science and Technology. She completed her PhD in 2013 and over the years has established a strong research profile with more than 45 research papers published in journals and conferences of national and international review. Her academic excellence and dedication were also recognized in 2023, where she was honored with the prestigious Academic Excellence Karmasu Kaushalam Award by Manav Rachna University. With her research experience in research and medicine, Dr. Kalima brings with her a wealth of knowledge and valuable insights that will certainly enrich our FGD. Ma'am, we are delighted to have you with us today. On behalf of entire organizing team and all the participants, I extend a very warm welcome. Over to you, ma'am.
So a very warm welcome to this FDP, and this is the first session. The FDP is all about AI and ML. So how many of us working on AI and ML? And I think for many of you it's a new thing, right? So I'll start with a very basic topic of data analysis. Of data analysis in AI/ML. So data nowadays, like for the new technologies, it's an oil, like you can say new oil, but only it's useful when it is refined, right? So if I talk about all the new technologies like AI/ML, machine learning, robotics, IoT, so that all needs data. So data is a primary thing, so we can say that data is the foundation of the digital world, and it enables all the organizations to know what is going on in the present, to learn from the past and decide or take the better decisions for the future. So data can be, after analysis, it can be converted into a useful information by which you can do many things, like a few examples I have given here, like data analysis. Like before knowing what is data analysis and how we can do data analysis, I'll tell you that why the data analysis should be useful. So the first thing is data-driven decision making. So data-driven decision making, you can minimize the risk for any business model or any kind of business. Like I take the business example only. So risk management can be minimized, better decisions you can take, you can improve the success rate of the business. Okay? So after analyzing the data of any organization, you can take better decisions. Data helps understand customers. So definitely if you have the data of your organization, you can understand the behavior of the customer, what the behavior needs, what is the feedback they are giving for your product, what they want in the future. So that can be predicted if you get the data of that particular organization. About the customer, you need know better. Data improves efficiency. So how I can say that? So it identifies all the bottlenecks or all the possibilities where you are lacking and you are not making good profits. So that efficiency, that part can be taken care of, and the efficiency of the business can be improved with the help of data. So data supports innovations, like I have told you that all the new techniques, technologies like machine learning, AI, ML, robotics, they all need data to work upon. So data is very important part of all these techniques. Data enables predictions. So predictions, any kind of weather predictions, health predictions. In academia also we can do predictions for the admissions. So we can do any kind of predictions using the data. We take the data of last few years, we do the analysis on that. We take some influential data from that. So we can do the predictions as well. Data creates competitive advantages. So if in the market there are competitors, so if you need to compete then, so definitely you need to work upon your data. You can take their data also and you can see the differences by doing the analysis. So at what part we are lacking and what part they are doing good. So data can create the competitive advantages also. Data improves public services. So I have already told you that manage the disasters, improves the healthcare scenarios, improves the academia. So every services which we are providing to the customers with the help in this digital world, we can improve them with the help of data by analyzing the data and working on it. Data supports scientific research. So if you have, definitely for the researcher, it's nowadays making things easy. So you can test your hypothesis, your theories with the help of data. So anyone who has to do some research on any field, so that person needs some data to do that analysis and to do the research basically. Data enhances personalization. So a very good example of this is Netflix is recommending you the movies in which you are interested in. Like if you are watching action movies, then Netflix is going to recommend you more action movies, or Spotify is making your list of songs you are more interested with. So it's actually enhancing nowadays, like all of the digital platforms, they have started using the data to give the better service to their customers. They are giving the personalized services to their customers. Data is a strategic asset. So for every organization nowadays, data is a asset now. Because while working on the data, analyzing the data, the organization can grow up to any level. And in the digital scenario, so we can say that it's a new oil, but without data. So why we cannot use the raw data? Okay, data is there. Okay, what is the use? Why we want to analyze it? Okay, because whenever we get the data from some place or some organization, that can be incorrect. That the values can be missing. Okay, maybe that data is not in the structured form, it's an unstructured data. So if our data is having incorrect information, the values are missing and the structure is not proper, so we cannot do the analysis and we cannot bring some better conclusions from that data. Okay? So that will deviate us from whatever we want. So data analysis is very important, I can say. So now the definition of data analysis, it's a discipline process, not a single step. So I can say it's a step-by-step process in which you collect. The first thing is collecting the data, gathering the data. So there are multiple sources, I'll tell you later, how to collect that data, then inspecting that data. First of all, you need to know what is the data is all about, what it contains actually. Okay, how much data is there, like how many rows are there, how many columns are there. So inspection of data at the first level is very much important. Then cleaning of data. I told you that whenever you collect the data from some place, some organization, so data can be unstructured, it can have missing values, it can have outliers, I'll explain you that also, or it can have multiple issues, anomalies with that. So you need to clean that data first, and then you can apply some methods, statistical tools by which we can get the better predictions or analysis. Examine the data with some methods, interpreting them, bringing up some conclusions with the goal of discovering useful information, identifying patterns and support decision making. So I hope till here I am clear that why you need the data, why you need to do the data analysis, and what is basically the process of data analysis. It's actually collecting the data, entire data, inspecting it, analyzing it, and doing some work on that to make it useful. So that will come up with some useful information out of that data, right? So there are 5 phases of data analysis, and all these phases, like anyone, data scientist or analyst who are actually working on machine learning, AI, ML, and even if you want to start with some like some kind of research or some kind of data analysis, so you need to go either step by step, or the beauty of this is like you can move from one step to the third step and again to the first step. So it's not a sequential process, it doesn't go in a linear fashion, but all the phases of data analysis are important. So I'll explain the phase 1 is asking questions. Every data project starts with a business objective and or curiosity. So if you are if you want to start with analyzing some data, so you must have some goal in your mind. Why you are doing that? Why you are working on that data? So that objective and curiosity needs to be clear. So you need to define a clear goal from the beginning. Before looking at rows and columns, you must establish guiding hypothesis. So asking of question is very important part, and maybe your boss or CEO of the company gives you one data, okay, and that person asks you to analyze that what will be the profit in next 5 years, or why we are in loss, why the company is in loss. So just analyze the entire data and give us the reasons why this happens and what is the reason of such loss or profit or something like that. So that is the pretty simple scenario. It's easy for doing, like working on it. So you have get the data, you have given with some data, and boss has told you to do this analysis. So in that case, the questions are pretty clear, and you need to explore that data with that perspective only, right? So you don't have to frame the question before working on that data, because the goal is pretty clear. Your boss has given you few questions, you need to get the answers from that data after doing that analysis. But the second scenario is like if you have been provided with some data, as the researcher does, like they'll collect some data, and maybe initially they don't know what kind of hypothesis they need to prove with that data. So the second scenario is a little difficult to start with, because you don't know what is the data is all about. You have not explored even the data right now, and you don't know what kind of inferences or the conclusions you need to get from their data. So for that, 2 things are important. Either you need to be a subject expert of that area. Okay? If you know everything about that data or that field, on which you are working upon. So then you can frame better questions. Or the second thing is your experience. If you are already working from in this field from last many years, so it will be very easy for you to frame the questions, better questions. But the question should be you can say in such a way that will give you some knowledgeable or informations or insights. So that is the first phase. The second phase is data wrangling. Okay, some people call it munging or pre-processing as well. So this is the important phase, one of the important phase of the data analysis. So taking messy raw data and converting it into a clean, structured format suitable for analysis. So first of all, after getting the data, we have framed few questions. What we exactly want from the data. In the second phase, the data is in the raw form and we need to clean it and we need to clear it so that we can do some analysis over that data. So it has all the data scientists and analysis after research will get to know that 70 to 80% time they spend on doing the data wrangling. Okay, it has three stages. Gathering the data is the first stage. Okay, in data wrangling you do 3 steps basically. The first step is gathering the data. The second is assessing the data, and the third one is cleaning the data. So every step has something has to do with it, and it's important basically. So I'll start with that stage 1, gathering the data. So acquiring the data ingredients. So you want to fetch the raw data from some place. So there can be multiple sources to get the data. The data could sit in a flat file. That can be an Excel file, a flat file, CSV file. So CSV is like comma separated files, and those who are working on machine learning, majorly they have seen people using CSV files. It's easily available on the public repositories. So you can download these CSV files and you can import that CSV files and you can start working on it. So data is available on the public repositories in the form of, majorly in the form of CSV. One more extension is there, TSV file. Tab separated values, and CSV is comma separated values. If you open that CSV file in Jupyter Notebook, you will see all the data values are separated with the help of a comma, with a comma. So the CSV file we are going to use more. SQL databases, you can fetch the data from SQL databases. Public websites, you can fetch the data from Facebook, Instagram, or any public website. And or dynamic third-party software APIs. So these are the methods by which you can extract the data from various sources, but that data is in the raw form. Okay. So for collecting the raw ingredients, raw data, we can fetch the data, gather the data in the stage 1. Then in the stage 2, it's called accessing data. So inspecting your freshly collected data. Set and identifying the issues. There are 2 major kinds of issues. Either the data has some quality issues or the data has some tidiness issues. So quality issues like duplicate entries can be there, multiple entries can be there, inaccurate or out of bound values can be there, missing elements can be there. So there can be many quality issues with the data. So you need to, for doing a better analysis, you need to remove all those things, like you need to fix them in a proper way. I cannot say remove. You cannot remove all the missing values. You do some calculations, you do some work on that, and you can fill the substitute for that values. So that can be done. So quality issues can be there, so we need to improve that data in the form of quality, and tidiness issues. So you need to make it more structured. So there are multiple methods of doing that. So this is a programmatic assessment with pandas. So there are few libraries in machine learning. NumPy is one, Panda is one. So by using Panda libraries, you can fix up few things, like you can clean up your data, you can assess your data. So here I have written the small code of 2 lines, import Panda as PD. Panda is the name of the library you use in machine learning for doing all the accessing part, and PD is the short form of that, alias. Okay? So wherever you need to to use this library, you use that PD small version of that. So I have used the dataset.csv on this. You can apply df.info. Info will give you the non-null counts and memory usages. So these are all the functions. Describe will give you the mean, minimum, maximum, standard deviation mode of your data. Okay? Then shape will show you the shape, describe the shape of your data. How many rows are there in your data? How many columns are there in the data? So to know your data, you can use these. You just need to use these functions to explore your data. df.isNull.sum. So later on we'll do it hands-on on this. Okay? I'll explain you there also. Telly's missing values per columns. Now comes the stage C. So first you have gathered the data, then you have done some accessing of that data. That means you have explored that data. What kind of data I'll get? What are the problems with that data? How many values are missing? And what is the shape of that data? And what is the description of data? So that you have done. Now the cleaning part is there. After knowing your data, you need to apply some functions for cleaning that data. So you need to work upon your data so that you can bring that data in the structural form. So for cleaning the data, you can handle the missing values. See, handle missing values means like if the data is of 300 students and marks in one field is missing, you cannot replace all the marks with 0. That means all the students got failed. So you need to understand what kind of values. So there are two things: dropping or imputing the missing values. So how you will handle the missing values? With the two functions are given at the right side: df.fill_na and df.drop_na. So dropping means dropping that value. But if you drop out of 300, if half of the data is missing, so you cannot drop it, because then your data, you will be left with very less amount of data. So dropping is also not a very good idea, that whenever you will see that the values are missing, you will drop it. And the second is imputing. Imputing is like very carefully you need to impute the missing values wherever it is. Like that is filling the missing values with some other data. That can be mean of the data, entire data, or mode of that data, or maybe with the zeros. So you need to decide that with which value you will fill all the missing values of the data. That may deviate your analysis. If you not think upon it carefully, that may deviate you from the analysis. So you need to think it very carefully while imputing the missing values. Second, removing the duplicate values. If you have duplication in your data, you can definitely remove it with the function df.drop_duplicates. This will remove all the duplicacy in your data. If there are multiple values of same kind, you can remove and clean that data. Fixed data types. Casting a numerical column stores a text to a proper numerical type. Sometimes it happens in age, there are some character values or data types, different data types are there in the columns, and then you can fix those data type issues with df column as type and as per the type of data you have mentioned in the function. So with the help of this, you can fix up your data type issues in your data. So these are the three things you will do while cleaning your data. So the major or the important thing is handling the issues of missing values. So I hope I am clear till here. So we have seen the three stages of second phase, that is data wrangling. So we have discussed data gathering, accessing the data and cleaning the data. So after this, the third phase is EDA. Probably one of the most important phase of the entire cycle or the data analysis. So it's the full form of EDA is exploratory data analysis. So exploratory data analysis will be done with the help of, in Python, with the help of the libraries NumPy, Pandas. So you need to import those libraries and you need to use few functions for doing the exploratory data analysis. Once the data is clean, you begin exploring it to identify internal patterns. So now you are like having the clear data, or you can say you are having the clean data. Now you need to explore your data. Okay, explore means like to know what kind of patterns that data is giving and what is the data is all about, and I'll give you a few examples as well. So you can apply covariance, correlations. You can find out the correlations among your data. Okay, if age is this, so what will be the, you can say, salary of that person. So below 30 years of age, employees have this much of salary, and above 30 years having this much of salary. So this is how you can explore your data. You can find out the patterns in the data. Here statistical tools can be applied and visual tools can be applied. So exploring, you can while doing the exploring, you can do univariate, bivariate and multivariate analysis on the data. What is univariate? If you analyze a single field, which is actually important, okay, to know the data within a single column. Let's suppose age. What is the minimum age of that column? Let's suppose you got the data of any like any of your university only for the students. Okay, you just need to, although in case of students the age will be almost similar. Or if I'll say I'll get the data of any you can say any reservation of any train or airline reservation system. So in that the age will be varying. So what very small age people or the child or also flying on that like taking that facility, and the age group of 80s will also traveling from that mode. So I can say that exploring that data one by one is univariate analysis. You will apply the functions on a single column of that data to come up with what is the mean of that column, what is the median of that column, what is the standard deviation, what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value. Okay, that is univariate analysis. Then comes the bivariate analysis. You combine two columns and you do some analysis on that. Okay, and you will analyze that how the dependency of one on the another. So bivariate analysis can be done on the two columns, and then the multivariate analysis can be done on multiple columns. Okay, so you can predict multiple things from the entire data by doing the multivariate analysis. And the third part is plotting the graphs. So like I have shown you various statistical methods. So initially I have told you the statistical method, calculating the mean, median, mode, skewness, standard deviation, minimum, maximum of the data. And the second part is the visualization. You have multiple options with matplotlib library, and you can plot multiple type of graphs which will show you the patterns. Okay? So pie chart, bar graphs, box plots, these are all the visualization tools you can apply on data, and you can come up with very beautiful visualizations, graphic form of data. So in exploratory data analysis, you can apply statistical method as well as the visualization method. EDA facilitates discovering the unexpected as well as confirming the expected. So by EDA, you can come up with some very unexpected or maybe the expected values. So after exploring that data, you do the augmentation. So see, EDA has two things: exploring the data and doing the augmentation. What is augmentation? Augmentation is doing some feature engineering on the data. Okay? So see, you have the clean data now, and you have explored with the help of EDA methods, statistical and visualized methods. Okay? You have done that. Okay? But you feel the need of adding one more column to it. Okay? So that is augmented part. Okay? For your need, if you change something in the data, that is augmenting that data. So that is also known as feature engineering. So you can do a few things like removing the outliers by the method of box plot is one of the examples. Outliers, what are outliers? I can give you one example. Let's suppose that the age column you will get the value 300. Can it be a correct age? So this is an outlier. So if you get 300 in the age column, so that is an outlier. It's not justified. Nobody's age can be 300. So that needs to be removed from the data to get the correct mean, mode, median and standard deviation. Otherwise it will deviate your results. Fine. So removing the outlier is very important. So that is a part of augmentation. See, you have the data, but now you are doing something on that. You are changing your data. You are augmented. You are doing some work on it, and you are either removing few things and you are adding few things. So one is in the augmentation. One is removing the outlier, and second part is the merging data frames. Maybe you will get the frame with which the analysis will not be done because the information is not complete. So you need to merge few of the frames, different kind of data together, merge them to get the proper analysis of the entire picture. To check the entire picture of that scenario, maybe you need to merge few of the frames. That is also the part of feature engineering, and that can be done through augmentation. Third is like creating new columns in the data. So there can be few examples like we can add one column like if the score of a student or a cricketer is more than something, so we can add that it's a brilliant cricketer, or if the score of student is less, so we can add a column that it's the advanced student, advanced learner, and if the score is moderate, we can say that it's a moderate learner, or if the score is very less, we can say that it's a weak learner. So according to the marks, I have decided to add one row which is actually telling what kind of learner is that student is. Advanced learner, moderate learner is or the weak learner. So three things we can do in the augmentation. We can remove the outliers, one thing. Secondly, we can merge the different data frames, and we can insert few new columns in the data. So that can be done through the augmentation. So EDA is very important part and takes good amount of time in exploring the data and doing some augmentation and come up with a. So aim of EDA is clear, like exploring data from patterns and trend is one thing which can be which is the outcome of the EDA. Uncover underlying structures, we can see the structure of the data, we can understand our data more with the help of EDA. Extract important variables, if you are interested in few things like few important variables, we can extract from our data with the help of EDA. Detecting outliers and anomalies, I will explain you what are outliers. Age 300 is an outlier, so we need to detect it with some method, and we need to remove it. Test underlying assumptions. With the help of EDA, we apply some machine learning algorithms, and we just test our assumptions. So last one is to develop valid model. So definitely if you are working some data, so you are expecting to come up with some model which will give you better prediction at the later stages. So that will be easy with the help of EDA. So hope I am clear till here. If you have any questions, you can ask. So we have done three phases. The first one is asking question. Second one is data wrangling, which has three parts. We have gathered the data, we have assessed it, and we have cleaned it. After cleaning, after getting the clean data, we have done EDA on it, which is a very important part of machine learning, AIML machine learning. Okay? So EDA, why we are doing EDA? I will explain you the reasons for that. So next fourth phase is drawing the conclusions. So now the role of data analyst and scientist will come. So like data analysts, they use the descriptive statistics. So generally the analyst people, they need to answer to their bosses that what they actually get from that data. So that is the descriptive statistics. They summarize the data directly. Okay? That means like they conclude it, that they get some conclusion, clear conclusions from the data that the students or the employees between so and so date is so and so age is getting this advantage or not. So clear, you can say the conclusion will be shown in the case of descriptive statistics, summarizing the data directly. And the second one is inferential statistics. So for doing any kind of predictions basically. Data scientist does inferential statistics or machine learning on the data. Okay, we have done the EDA, we have applied the EDA on the data. Now we need to run either few machine learning algorithms to do the predictions, or we need to apply some statistical inferential methods on it to prove our hypothesis. So both the things like machine learning algorithms, applying machine learning algorithms and inferential statistics can be done by the data scientist, and data analysts, they do the descriptive statistics. They come up with the clear results and conclusions which are directly from the data. So inferential statistics, confirming whether your findings are just luck or real trends. So set and null hypothesis is one, choose significant levels of alpha, run test, chi-squares, t-testing, calculate a p-value for significance. So all these are the inferential type of statistics you will apply on your data for the conclusion, for coming up with the conclusion. So the last phase of data analysis is communicating your results. Okay? So now you have done the entire study for many days. So data storytelling is something at the end of applying all the phases, you will come up with some results or conclusion. Now you need to communicate those results to either to the higher ups, or you need to publish those results in the form of research papers, your blogs, your articles. Okay, you need to show it to the people. So the first type of communication method is executive line of business audience. So here we focus on so what. Okay, if we have come up with some questions in the beginning, then now we need to answer those questions in the clear descriptive manner. So when our audience are business people who are less technical or non-technical people, then avoid code and complex methods. So showing them the results in the form of mathematical derivations or mathematical results is not useful to them. So use clean, high-level dashboards, business KPIs and clear recommendations to them. So if the non-technical people are there, so you need to bring up your story with conviction, with very, very clear affirmatives what the data is exactly saying and what is the actual conclusion of that data. Why we are not getting the profits, what is the major issues because our company is in loss. So very clear affirmatives, or you can say very clear communicating languages needs to be used when the audience are non-technical. But if your audience are a technical audience, like you need to share the results with your peer groups, with your bosses, those are also very well equipped with all the techniques. So data engineers and scientists, so focus on pipelining architecture, data validation rules, modeling choices, accuracy metrics and deploy instructions. So all these methods you can use if you need to communicate your data to the data scientist and the people who are actually technical, who know the mathematics behind that, whatever you have done. How you have applied the EDA, how you have run the code, what analysis you have done, how you have done it. So for those people you can show in the form of technical manner, you can show your results. So these are the 5 steps, and the beauty of this thing is, like, after getting your results also, you can go to the first stage and you can rewrite your questions. You can change your hypothesis, and you can change your initial goals of working on that data, and maybe you will do EDA later on, or initially start with something, removing the outlier. So this is not a linear process. You can apply this process on any data in a different non-linear fashion also. So I hope the data analysis process is clear to all of you, which have 5 phases, and why we need to apply all the phases on that data. So now we have come up with the data, and how we need to do it. I'll show you with the help of Python code. Just give me a few minutes. Rashi ma'am, can I get Wi-Fi connection? Do you have Wi-Fi there? Little discussion I just want to do on machine learning, AI/ML, before starting with the technical part. Okay? Because many of you are from non-computer background, and you people are not have even started working on machine learning. So see, these are my slides, and I have used it, I have made it from the AI tool, like one of the AI tool. I have given a Word file with some data that give me this, and I have given to that tool, take a Claude, and that Claude had made my PPTs. I have just scrolled it down, ki everything is fine, everything is at place, and then I'm good to go with this slides. I have not done any very minor changes I have done to these slides. So see, we all are using AI tools nowadays. I think you people are also using Gemini and ChatGPT and other tools like Claude and all. Perplexity is there. So definitely AI has made our lives very easy nowadays, and I recommend all of you to start working on it. Okay, now on YouTube you will get multiple videos, multiple things, and if one person among you, they'll give you a start, so you'll feel you'll get it from that where to start from. Today I have also taken one very simple topic of data analysis, because data is the most important part of AI, doing AI and ML. Without data you cannot do any kind of analysis, you cannot predict anything. So I have also taken this topic, data analysis, today, which is very important. So AI is making our lives easier, and in every field we are now going to see the difference with the help of AI. So if you have not started working on it, I'll say start doing it. Just take a help of your peer one to just give you an help that you can start with some Colab or something, Jupyter Notebook, how to start coding with it. After that you will see everything is available on the net. You just need to explore it, you just need to read it, and you need to apply it. So just start doing it. It's not at all difficult. So today I'll start with very basics. So in my Gmail also only I have from my Gmail I have add-on one initiated or initialized one add-on by which we'll get this Colab facility here. Okay? So no need of installing Jupyter or anything Python in your system. With the help of this Colab only, you can run all the commands here, which I have explained you today. So we'll start with the library Panda. Okay? There are two or three important libraries for doing the data analysis. One is Panda, one is NumPy, and the third one is Matplotlib. Okay? So these are the three libraries. So Panda is I'll start with the NumPy. So this is my drive in which I have created few libraries, few files of Colab. I'll start from here, NumPy. So NumPy is a library written for scientific computing and data analysis, and the full form is numerical Python. Okay, you all have heard about Python, so nowadays it's not at all difficult to work on it. ठीक है, so numerical Python, so there are few commands, simple commands. You don't need to remember everything because you have multiple AI tools. Ask AI tool, give a prompt that give me command for doing this operation. So it will give you that command with examples. You just need to run it on your data. So the most basic object in NumPy is NumPy is you can say a library in which all the functionality of those commands are written. Okay? So you just need to use that command. So first of all, what you need to do, import NumPy as num. So I have already written the instructions highlighted in green with the hash function. Import the NumPy library. NP is simply as alias, is a short form of NumPy. Yes.
I'm actually from a non-technical background and I've learned this. So if you can just go backwards, like I open Google page and then from there, how do I do the collab? It's installed, you said it's an add-in in the...
Okay, I'll tell you after this.
कैसे collab?
Collab आ जाता है, just you need to add on through collab. You just need to add.
Extension में जाके.
So take your laptop, ठीक है? If you are having that, it will help you. हाँ. In the next session only, that takes only 2 to 3 minutes to bring this file, collab file here. ठीक है? So I'll tell you after the session. So after running this code, see, I have already written all the code. I think now it's clear. So I have started with NumPy library. Okay, there are 2-3 important libraries. First of all, basics of those libraries, the functions. ठीक है, I'll speak in little Hindi. ठीक है, कुछ functions आपके उस libraries में हैं, already provided है. आपको उनके backend पे क्या हो रहा है वो नहीं जानने की ज़रूरत है. वो coding is there. Only you need to use that function at a proper place. ठीक है, with your data, right? So importing the NumPy libraries first, आपको import करना पड़ेगा with this command, import NumPy as NP. NP is the short form. ठीक है, short form, I can say the short name of NumPy. Second is creating a 1D array using a list, using NumPy array. So I'm running this code. ठीक है, quickly I'll tell you कि what NumPy is doing. NumPy एक list ले रहा है, it's like 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 और उसको array में convert कर रहा है. ठीक है, so see there are 2 things, arrays and list. ठीक है, so अभी हम देखेंगे कुछ comparisons कि why arrays are convenient to use as compared to the list. ठीक है, so there are advantages of using arrays. So what we have done, we have converted a list to an array. So 1D array we have made. ठीक है, I can put more values, like I can add 10 in this list and after running it will show 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 as an output. So creating a 2D array, again I have given 2 lists. I have given the variable name array 2D, np.array. ठीक है, and list 1 is having 3 numbers like 2, 3, 4 and 5, 8, 7 is list 2. And after running this code, I'll get a 2D array of our. ठीक है, in NumPy dimensions are called x's. Like if definitely you will not work with a one-dimensional array. That is of no use. So you need to your data can be of 2D or 3D kind of data. So for that you need to know this thing. This is very important. Dimensions of the array. So x's for the rows we write 0. ठीक है, whenever we need to apply any operation on the rows, we need to specify that like if we need to remove few rows. So for that we need to drop excess zeros. ठीक है, you need to specify the names of the rows or the numbers of rows you want to do. ठीक है, so excess are giving you referring to the rows and excess 1 is referring to the columns. Whenever you need to apply some operation on the column, you need to write excess 1. Advantage of NumPy, I have already told that it is convenient and it's much faster as compared to the list operations. So this is one example. Say you have two lists of numbers, see, and want to calculate the element wise product. ठीक है, आपके पास दो लिस्ट है 3675 and the second list is 4515 and you need to multiply all the elements of these lists. ठीक है, so using the previous, like if somebody has worked on the Python और वो normally करेगा Python की help से, तो आपको use करने पड़ेंगे functions lambda, map and list. So I'll show you this example. क्या किया इसने, lambda ने function run किया कि x and y, x is means the element of the first list and y is the element of the second list, and it's multiplying x and y with the help of this lambda. Map, what map will do, apply this operation on all the corresponding elements. ठीक है, and what list is doing, it's again giving the output in the form of list. So for doing the same operation, multiplying all the elements of the list, you need to apply this big function lambda, map and list. ठीक है, and after printing the product you will get this result like 3 into 4 is 12, 6 into 5 is 30, 7 into 1 is 7, 5 into 5 is 25. ठीक है, you are getting this result. So this result is coming with normal list functions. ठीक है, now I'll apply numpy to the same operation. ठीक है, what we are doing, array 1 को हमने लिया, numpy array 1 is list 1, we have converted our list to array. ठीक है, so we are giving them that array a name, array 1, and we are converting our list to in array 2. So now we have got two arrays, array 1 and array 2, and we need to multiply all the elements of those arrays. ठीक है, so what we simply need to take a third array and we need to give array 1 into array 2 will give you the same result. So as simple as that. We have just applied a multiplication operation between the two arrays. So see, this is one example how the numpy has made your operation simpler, concise and easy for you. Rather than doing it in list, it's now simple in numpy. As you can see, the numpy way is clear and more concise. Even simple mathematical operation on list requires for loop, unlike with array. Okay, so in arrays we have not used any loop. You have seen the example. But in list you have you just need to use the loops. See, this is one second example. If you need to find out the square of that list, the above list, if you need to find out the square of every element, you need to, with the help of list, you need to give this instruction. You need to use for loop. ठीक है, first element से last element तक you need to calculate the square. I star 2. It's giving the square. ठीक है, square or numpy array. In case of numpy, you have just converted that array list into array, and you need to simply do this. Array का square root निकालना है, and both will give you the correct result, similar result. So this will prove that with the help of numpy, it's easy and you can say it's simple to do all the mathematical operations. This was with 1D array. We will often work with 2D arrays. Now we'll see how we can work with 2D arrays, creating a numpy array. This is simple. We have created two arrays, like one is list and one is tuple. The other common ways is to initialize arrays. So np.1 is like if you want to initialize arrays with default values. Okay, if you wanted 3 by 3 arrays with all the values as 1 or all the values as 0, so these are the functions. np.1 is to create arrays of 1, all the elements have value 1, or np.0 creates an array with value 0, and np.random creates an array with random values. So you need to specify कि start कहाँ से होगा और end कहाँ से होगा. Starting और ending आप दे दोगे और आप जितना बड़ा array बोलोगे, so the numpy will create the array of that size for you with the random values. So these are few functions. np.1 will create the array of all the ones. I'll show you with example. np.arrange creates an array with increments of a fixed step size. Or np.linespace create an array with fixed length. So this is one command. If you need to know anything about the above functions, you need to use the help function. Help and that function. So that will give you everything about that function. Now the question is, create a 5 into 3 array of ones. So what we need to write? np.ones 5, 3. See the output? It has given us an array which has 5 rows and 3 columns, but all the default values are float. 1 dot. Okay, so the default data type of all the elements are float. If you want to change the data type of this array, you need to specify np.1 5, 3 data type np.int64. That means you are specifying within this function that I need 5 into 3 array, but all the elements needs to be integers. Okay? And when you run this, it will give you all the ones, but in integers. Okay? So this is how you can create np1s, like arrays with all the value ones. np.04 and data type is already mentioned that we need the data type as integers. So after running, we will get an array of 4 elements. 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? So because हमने 1D array ही create करा है. Now random. Array of random numbers. ठीक है, अभी तक हमने array create किया with all the values as 1, all the elements as 1, all the elements as 0. Now we will use this function np.random.random 4, 3. ठीक है, so वो randomly it's picking like multiple values and it's creating. ठीक है, अगर मैं यहाँ पे दूँ 6, 3, so it will give me 6 rows and 3 columns. ठीक है, random values filled with 6 rows and 3 columns. Now the next function is np.arrange. So here we can see that number is one variable in which we are passing the function np.arrange 10, 100, 5. What it says is that the starting value is 10, ending value is 100, and with a step size of 5, print all the values in there. Okay? So what it will print? 10, 15, 20, 25 till 95. It will exclude the last value. See, this needs to be known. Like the starting value will be included, but the last stop value or the ending value is excluded from this array. Okay? So it has created us an array with all the values with a step size of 5 between 10 to 100. So I hope this is clear. If I say 50, so it will exclude 50 and give the result in 45. See? See, because of the valedictory event, my session is little less. I have given little time for the session. So I have already made these sheets. I think you can do it yourself. I'll share with your coordinators these collab sheets. Okay? You can run yourself. बिल्कुल. I understand these are very interesting things and if अगर आप साथ में hands on करते तो आपको ज़्यादा understanding होती क्योंकि आप अपने accordingly input देते and you will get the output accordingly. So definitely आप try कर सकते थे, but you can note it down. Just start with a collab worksheet. Rashi, can we do it in labs or hands on? So I think after this session, next all session, sessions are hands on. And after lunch you have hands on session. Next function is np.linespace. This is again very important function. So the syntax is np dot line space start, stop and number of samples. Okay? So here you need to provide with 3 values: starting of the array, ending of the array, and all the sample values you need from in between the arrays. So see, I have given np dot line space 10, 5, 50. So what it is doing, it has started with 10, ending with 5 and generated the random 50 values between 10 to 5. Okay? Or if I'll say not 50, give me 25 values, size will be little small. Okay? And if I'll change it here to some other values, 12 maybe, so it will give me random values from 10 to 12, 25 random values in between 10 to 12. So these are the functions you can use, you can work upon with the help of pandas. Now the important part, shape of inspect the structure and content of array. So we have already talked about these things like while analyzing or assessing the data, we need to know the shape of our data. ठीक है कि हमारा डेटा जो है वो कितना बड़ा है, क्या उसकी शेप है, उसके डायमेंशंस क्या है, कितनी रोज हैं और कितने कॉलम्स हैं. सो फॉर दैट वी यूज द फंक्शन शेप. ठीक है, डेटा टाइप, जो कॉलम्स हमारे हैं उनका डेटा टाइप क्या है, दैट वी नीड टू नो, है ना. अगर हमें कोई एक रैंडम डेटा मिला है and we are assessing that data, we are exploring that data, we need to work on that data. So these are few things we need to know about our data. ठीक है, shape of our data, कितने rows and columns हैं, data type क्या है हर एक row का, definitely age can be of integer type. ठीक है, name can be alphanumeric, can be categorical. ठीक है, so data type to know, and dimensions, number of dimensions, number of axes of our data, item size, memory used by all the items of that data. ठीक है. So these are few things we need to know from our data. So we have commands from these things also. So again I am importing numpy as np read array. So I have created some random array of 10 starting from 10 or to 5, like 10 I can say the rows and 5 columns. So I have created a random array of, मैं इसको थोड़ा छोटा कर लेती हूँ, 5 by 5 I say. 5 rows and 5 columns, and I can say 5 rows and 3 columns. So I'll take a small example. So I have created a random array of 5 rows and 3 columns. So the first function is print random array. So it's printing the entire array. Now print random array dot shape. It will give the shape of your data. That means it has 5 rows and 3 columns. Will tell you the shape. Now random array dot n dimensions. Dimension, it's a 2D array. Okay? So dimension of the array is 2D. It's a 2D array with rows and columns. So that can be 3D or a single dimension. Okay? Random array dot item size. That means कि every element of that array is taking 8 bytes of space in the memory. Okay? So that is the item size of that. All the values of that array. Random array dot data type, and the data type of all the elements are float. Okay? So these are the functions, or these are you can say in NumPy the commands by which you can know the shape, your dimensions, item size and data type of the given array or the data set. Now the next function is, I hope I have done this, yes I have done this. Random array में हमने क्या किया? This is known as slicing. ठीक है? If we are interested in some part of the array, not the entire array, ठीक है? मुझे कुछ values extract करनी है. ठीक है? Although this is a random array, तो सारे numbers हमें floating दिख रहे हैं और एक जैसे दिख रहे हैं. But अगर आपके पास एक कुछ एक सेक्शन कि ये बच्चे जिनकी एज इज बिटवीन दिस एंड लाइक डूइंग दिस टास्क, ठीक है। सो आपको सिर्फ उतना पार्ट एक्सपेक्ट करना है। सो इफ यू नीड टू एक्सट्रैक्ट अ पार्ट ऑफ एरे, सो आपने क्या उसको बोला कि सेकेंड 2,1:4, ठीक है। अब एरे में हमारा इंडेक्स वैल्यू क्या होता है, सभी एरेज का इंडेक्स वैल्यू स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 0, ठीक है। सो द फर्स्ट इंडेक्स हियर इज 0, 1 एंड द थर्ड रो इज एक्चुअली इंडेक्स 2, ठीक है। सो अभी हमने ऑपरेशन लगाया ऑन द थर्ड रो विच इज एक्चुअली इंडेक्स 2। तो हम क्या कह रहे हैं, थर्ड रो का पहले से लेके अच्छा फोर्थ तक तो कुछ होगा ही नहीं, फर्स्ट और सेकेंड एलिमेंट स्टार्टिंग। अब यहाँ पे भी इंडेक्स 0 है, यहाँ पे कॉलम का भी इंडेक्स 0 है। सो विच वैल्यू इट्स गिविंग, ये वाली सेंटर वैल्यू, ठीक है। वी वर इंटरेस्टेड इन अ स्मॉल पार्ट ऑफ द एरे, सो वी हैव गिवन रैंडम एरे में स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट में वी हैव गिवन 2,1:2। तो उसने क्या किया, इंडेक्स 2 पर विच इज द थर्ड रो, उसका सेकेंड 1:2 मीन्स कॉलम का फर्स्ट इंडेक्स से लेकर सेकेंड इंडेक्स के बीच की वैल्यू, मतलब जो भी वैल्यू लगी होगी वो दे दी। अगर मैं यहाँ पे 3 देती, ठीक है, तो ये मुझे 2 वैल्यूज देता है, ये वाली 2। आई होप दिस इज फाइन। सो जब हम एरे की बात कर रहे हैं तो रोज और कॉलम 0 से शुरू हो रहे हैं इंडेक्स। तो पहली रो है इट्स इंडेक्स 0, सेकेंड रो इज इंडेक्स 1, थर्ड रो इज इंडेक्स 2, ठीक है। सिमिलरली इन द केस ऑफ कॉलम्स, फर्स्ट कॉलम इज इंडेक्स 0, सेकेंड कॉलम इज इंडेक्स 1 एंड थर्ड कॉलम इज इंडेक्स 2, ठीक है। सो वी आर गेटिंग दिस आउटपुट। नाउ इफ वी वांट टू प्रिंट इन अ प्रॉपर वे, शेप क्या थी जो अभी हमारा ऊपर वाला एग्जांपल था, सो वी जस्ट नीड टू प्रिंट इन दिस फॉर्म, शेप इज 5,3, data type is 464, dimension is 2 और item size is 8. So this kind of output, meaningful output we are getting from our input, ठीक है। और input में हम क्या include कर रहे हैं, डबल कोट्स में we are giving this shape, data type, dimension and item size, we are giving this, ठीक है। और हम उसका format specify करें। So I hope I'm clear till here, ठीक है। नाउ क्रिएटिंग अ 3D एरे, ठीक है। सो अभी तक हमने 2D में काम किया, 1D एंड 2D वी हैव सीन। 3D एरे, सो 3D एरे इज समथिंग लाइक दिस, ठीक है। व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट 3D, लाइक सपोज दिस इज, दीज आर रोज, ठीक है, एंड हियर वी कैन से कॉलम, ठीक है। दिस इज 2D एरे, ओनली रोज एंड कॉलम्स, बट इफ आई एड वन स्लाइस टू इट or multiple slice to it, it becomes a 3D array, ठीक है। So it's difficult to read. So this is one slice, so it has created a 3D array in which we can see that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 10, 11 are appearing in one slice, and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and all these elements are the part of the second slice. So meaning is 2 slices, each slice has 3 rows, each row has 4 columns. So this is what I get from this. NP arrange 24 values, reshape 2, 3, 4. 2 slices, 3 rows, 4 columns. This is how we are giving the command and it's producing the output in the form of a 3D array having 2 slices with 3 rows and 4 columns. Slicing in arrays, so this is also important. So for seeing this topic, like subset, कुछ पार्ट निकालना, slicing करना, उसको break करना, ठीक है। So for a one dimensional array, indexing, slicing, etc. is similar to Python list. So अगर हमें कुछ section required है किसी भी array का, so we have taken an example of a 1D array. Print array 1D, ठीक है। Here we are printing 1D array.
are rows and columns to application. लेकिन जब भी हम डेटा के साथ काम करते हैं तो we always put data in rows and columns. So that means it is a 2D array. But when ये जो slicing आपने बताया 3D array का practically use कहाँ पे है ये type of stuff.
So हम जहाँ तक सोच पाते हैं ना, जहाँ तक हम काम करते हैं और सोच पाते हैं वहाँ पे हम पूरी एरे के साथ डील कर रहे हैं. बट अगर हम कुछ और एप्लीकेशन एरियाज ले जैसे वर्चुअल रियलिटी, ठीक है, सो वहाँ पे जब हम बड़े एप्लीकेशंस की बात करें, रोबोटिक सर्जरीज, सो देयर वी जस्ट नीड टू वर्क अपॉन मल्टीपल डायमेंशन डेटास, ठीक है. सो वहाँ पे वी विल यूज दिस 3D या 4D 5D एरेज, ठीक है. तो हम जब वर्चुअल रियलिटी एप्लीकेशंस की बात करें जहाँ पे हमें बहुत सारे डायमेंशन से बड़ी वर्चुअल रियलिटी इज लाइक आप देखेंगे मतलब आजकल आप सिनेमा हॉल्स में देख रहे हैं 4D पिक्चर्स आते हैं, ठीक है, वहाँ आप ग्लासेस लगाते हैं. सो मल्टीपल डायमेंशंस ऑफ द डेटा कैन बी सीन फ्रॉम दैट. So at that places on such kind of applications we are working with multi-dimensional things. ठीक है, अभी जब हम analysis कर रहे हैं we are applying machine learning AI ML on some kind of data, organization data, academics का data है, health का data है. So हमारा जो data है it's in like the 2D form only. ठीक है, we have rows, we have columns. So it's easy for us to apply, but machines are doing functioning on the 3D kind of data. So there it's useful. Okay. So slicing, you can see that slicing can be done with column. Okay, I have taken the first 1D array and the array is like this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. ठीक है. So अगर मैं बात करूँ indexing की तो 0 is at the 0th index. ठीक है, array में indexing starts from 0. ठीक है. So 0th index पे 0 element पड़ा हुआ है, first index पे first element है, second element is at second index and third is and so on. So what we are saying to it, print array 1D 2 colon and we are not given the next value. So what it will do, it will start with that index value, ठीक है, and print the entire array till the end, ठीक है, because we have not specified the ending value. ठीक है. Next example is slice first 3 elements. So what we have given, we have not specified the initial elements, we have given the ending value which is 3. So हम क्या कह रहे हैं कि आगे से लेकर थर्ड इंडेक्स तक सारी वैल्यूज प्रिंट. उससे पहले हम कह रहे थे कि स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 2 इसके पीछे वाली सारी वैल्यूज को प्रिंट करो. ठीक है. So it has given 0, 1, 2 and if we'll say 2 colon 7, here we have specified the starting value and the ending value. So हमें क्या चाहिए, between index 2 to 7 print all the values. So it's giving 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 but excluding the 7th value. जो लास्ट वाला हमेशा जब हम स्लाइसिंग करते हैं so we'll get the initial value but we are not getting the ending value. So the number will exclude the ending value. So 7 it will not be printed here. ठीक है. Similarly 1 colon space colon 3. So ये क्या कर रहा है, starting from 1 3 का jump देके printing all the values till the end. ठीक है. 1 it's skipping the middle 2 values. 1 के बाद 4 print किया, 5, 6 को skip कर दिया, 7 print किया and so on. So it's actually skipping 2 values in between. So this is all about NumPy basics. ठीक है. Multiplication can be done with the arrays. I've already shown. More slicing examples are there. Okay, so we'll switch to now pandas. So NumPy library has few functions which helps in assessing the data. There are multiple things: exploring the data, assessing the data, cleaning the data. So I have explained to you in the theory. Data analysis has different phases and within the phase also we have multiple stages. So with the help of NumPy we have actually assessed our data. We are now familiar with our data. So the second library is the Panda series, Panda library. A series is similar to a 1D NumPy array. So this is a one-dimensional again. As few functions are in Panda, you can say. So first we need to import the Panda libraries as PD. PD is a short form alias. Wherever you need to work with Panda, you can start with the function with a PD. So again ठीक है? So what it's doing, you are giving some values within the series and it's giving in the form of like with the index. So index 0 पे क्या value है? It's 2. Index 1 पे the value is 4. See the output? Here is the output. So it has printed our series in this way, the column manner, ठीक है, with all the indexes. ठीक है, and the data type we have specified here, print type of this series. So data type is integer. This is an integer kind of series. Create a series of character. So we have provided some characters in double quotes or in single quotes. I have put A in double quotes, ठीक है, and B, AF, AAAB in single quotes. So आप double quotes और single quotes भी use कर सकते हो, and you can make your own series. So see, it's giving us a table, tabular way. In tabular way, it's giving us the output. At the 0th index, our character A is there, value of A is there. 1 index पे है B, 2 पे है AF and 3. So this is how you can, I'll show you. And the data type is object. Now date series. We can also print the dates, creating the date series. ठीक है? We just need to give the range of the date. We can print the dates from starting from one date to the ending date. ठीक है? So pd.date range starting date is 1/9/2017 and ending date is 12/12/2017. ठीक है? So you have specified starting and ending, and the frequency you have specified month start. So see, there are multiple frequency codes. Daily अगर आपको daily print कराना है, like every date starting from this, so specify frequency as D. So ये सारी dates print कर देगा from starting to end. You just need to rub all above instructions while working on the collab. See, so starting from 1/9/2017 to 12/12/2017, it has printed all the dates. ठीक है? If I'll say MS, so ये print करेगा month की starting date. ठीक है? You can see all the months 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. Or if I'll give some other frequency code like month end or the last date. So it's giving all the ending dates. ठीक है? So January is of 31 days, February is of 28 days, March is of 31 days, and so on. So it has produced all the correct output. Indexing series. So again we are generating 1 by 3 arrays, 1 column. Sorry, it's actually printing the values. So we have already given the series with name S. Here is a series with S name which has input 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. ठीक है? So series we have already given and we have already run this. ठीक है? ये हमारी series है. So if we need to print the random values out of this, so हम यहाँ पे specify करेंगे S5. S5 will give you the output at index 5 which is 12. So just check कि index 5 पे क्या value है. 5 पे 12 है which is of integer data type. ठीक है? और अगर मुझे प्रिंट करना है between 1 to 3, index 1 to 3, so index 1 की वैल्यू is 4 and 3 की वैल्यू is 8 and the data type is integer 64. Do AI, machine learning, robotics, IoT. So data is the important part. Okay? Without data, you cannot apply any of the techniques and you cannot do any predictions or any modeling or anything. Okay? So data is important. Stored collab. So it's a very small, simple process within your Gmail. Okay? So you can run all the commands or all the functionality of NumPy Panda using on this collab. Okay? So it's an inbuilt Google application on which you can run all the Python commands. So in the morning, I've told you about data analysis. See, the data is an important part, important thing for all the new techniques. Okay? So if we get the raw data, then that will be of no use. ठीक है, मैंने बहुत सारे anomalies बताई जो raw data में है. Let's suppose you got the data of your students where there are some missing values, there are some outliers, duplicacies. ठीक है, so अगर आप उस तरह के data से कुछ भी analyze करेंगे ना, so you will not get the clear results. ठीक है, out of that data. ठीक है, so the first part data analysis की जो need है, it is actually a 5-phase process. ठीक है, 5 phase में सबसे पहले so the first phase of data analysis is asking the question. ठीक है, maybe your boss will give you something कि आपको ये निकालना है आपके डेटा से. ठीक है, this is what you need to find out कि loss क्यों हो रहा है, कंपनी को प्रॉफिट क्यों हो रहा है, कितना प्रॉफिट हुआ, या फिर प्रेडिक्ट करना है कि अगले 5 साल में हम कहाँ पहुँचेंगे. So all those kind of question needs to be answered. तो question पहले आप फ्रेम करेंगे. ठीक है, hypothesis question. Then second is wrangling of the data. ठीक है, wrangling is like if you get any data, ठीक है, अगर आपको दिया जाए, so you just need to know about that. डेटा है क्या, कितना डेटा है, डेटा में क्या है ना, is it useful or how many features are useful. ठीक है, features are basically the columns. कितना columns है जो useful है, या फिर अगर मेरा hypothesis या मेरा question है, so what are the columns who are actually important for answering that thing. ठीक है, so you need to know about the data, how many values are missing, is the data complete, is the data structured, is there any duplicate value, so everything, is there any outlier, so you need to understand the data first. So assessing, gathering can be done. आपने डेटा कहीं से लिया, ठीक है, रॉ फॉर्म में आपने असेस किया, एंड देन फाइनली यू नीड टू करेक्ट दैट डेटा. सो करेक्शन पार्ट इज द थर्ड वन. यू नीड टू करेक्ट इट, यू जस्ट नीड टू हैंडल द मिसिंग वैल्यूज. तो उसके लिए वी हैव कमांड्स. सो व्हाई वी आर डूइंग इट इज अ क्वेश्चन. सो आई एम आंसरिंग इट कि आपका डेटा रॉ है और आपको उसको स्ट्रक्चर्ड बनाना है. ठीक है, आपको उसको उस फॉर्म में लेकर आना है जिससे आप उससे बेटर एनालिसिस या परफेक्ट एनालिसिस निकाल पाओ. ठीक है, अगर वहाँ पे गलती होगी, डेटा गलत है, स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, उसमें एरर्स हैं, सो आप जो एनालिसिस करोगे ना, ड्रॉस एंड प्लॉटिंग्स, ठीक है, आप ग्राफ्स ड्रॉ करोगे, आप मीन मीडियन निकालोगे, स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन निकालोगे, तो सब डाइवर्ट हो जाएगा. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कोई भी आप रिसर्च करते हैं, फिर स्टार्ट विद एनी रिसर्च, आपने कहीं गूगल फॉर्म से डेटा फिल कराया, आफ्टर गेटिंग दैट डेटा, और आपने किसी रिपोजिटरी से डेटा लिया, आफ्टर गेटिंग दैट डेटा, मतलब इफ यू हैव द डेटा इन द रॉ फॉर्म, यू नीड टू वर्क ऑन दैट. दैट इज देयर कम्स द रोल ऑफ डेटा एनालिसिस, विच इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट व्हाइल वर्किंग विद द डेटा. ठीक है, सो अभी हमने रैंगलिंग करा, गैदर किया, समझा उसे, असेस किया, एंड देन थर्ड थिंग इज क्लीनिंग ऑफ द डेटा. वी हैव डन द क्लीनिंग पार्ट. सो क्लीन करके हमने ड्रॉप किया, कुछ चीज़ों को ड्रॉप कर दिया कि ये रोज इज़ नॉट लाइक, रोज जो है वो बहुत वेग है, डुप्लीकेट है, इनमें बहुत सारे मिसिंग वैल्यूज है, तो आप उनको हटा देते हैं. और ये कुछ कॉलम्स हैं जो हमें रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है, तो जस्ट ड्रॉप दें. ठीक है, तो हमने वेरियस फंक्शंस अप्लाई करके वी हैव क्लीनिंग दैट डेटा. After cleaning that data, the third phase is like EDA, exploratory data analysis. ठीक है, very important part है ना. एंड आप इस जब आप एक्सप्लोरेटरी यूज़ करते हो या एक्सप्लोरेटरी डेटा एनालिसिस करते हो, सो आप मैथमेटिक्स यूज़ करते हो, या तो आप स्टैट्स के फंक्शंस यूज़ करते हो, और या आप विजुअलाइजेशन, डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन टेक्निक्स यूज़ करते हो. ठीक है, लेट्स सपोज आपका कुछ थाउजेंड्स में नंबर्स में आपका डेटा है एंड इफ यू वांट टू चेक कि कोई आप बार ग्राफ बना रहे हैं, ठीक है, तो जैसे ही आप कमांड रन करते हैं विजुअलाइजेशन की एंड यू गेट द बार ग्राफ, तो आपको पिक्चर क्लियर हो जाती है कि मैक्सिमम जो आपके कस्टमर्स हैं आर बिटवीन द एज ऑफ 20 to 40. आपका क्लियर एक बार ग्राफ आ गया, बार्स आ गए एक्चुअली, ठीक है। सो आपको एक विजुअल रिप्रेजेंटेशन हो गई जिससे आपको एक कंक्लूजन ड्रॉ करने में हेल्प मिला, ठीक है। सो आपका काम इजी हो गया और आप बिल्कुल इजीली उस विजुअल जो भी आपको प्लॉटिंग हुई है ना, उसके हेल्प से आप उसको उठाओ, यू जस्ट पुट इट इन योर पीपीटी एंड राइट ए कंक्लूडिंग स्टेटमेंट कि इतने से इतने एज के लोग जो हैं वो ज़्यादा ये चीज़ करते हैं, कम करते हैं, या ठीक है। सो दोस्त विजुअलाइजेशन टूल्स जो हैं दैट विल गिव अ क्लियर पिक्चर और क्लियर कंक्लूजन्स अबाउट योर डेटा, ठीक है। सो स्टैटिस्टिकल टूल आप अप्लाई करते हो जिसमें आप कुछ मैथमेटिक्स लगाते हो, स्टैट्स लगाते हो एंड यू विल गेट सम एनालिसिस फ्रॉम दैट, और यू विल यूज द विजुअलाइजेशन टूल्स जिससे आपको ग्राफ्स और प्लॉटिंग्स, बॉक्स प्लॉट, बार ग्राफ्स, पाई चार्ट्स ये सब मिलेंगे, जिससे आप अपने रिजल्ट्स को इजीली कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हो टू अदर पीपल, ठीक है। सो EDA is one thing, like the third phase. उसके बाद fourth phase is analyzing or doing the conclusion part, ठीक है, understanding your results. So वहाँ पे आप क्या करते हो? So जब आपने EDA लगाया, अच्छा एक चीज़ और EDA की important है, two things are there: exploring your data and one is like putting something new, that is called feature extraction, ठीक है। सो आप एक्सप्लोर करते हो डेटा का, आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ें पता चलती है, मीडियम क्या होगा, मोड क्या होगा, मैक्सिमम एज क्या थी, मिनिमम एज क्या थी, कितने से कितने लोग इतने एज क्राइटेरिया में थे, तो ये सब चीज़ें एज अ पार्ट ऑफ एक्सप्लोरिंग योर डेटा, ठीक है, स्टैटिस्टिकली और विजुअली, ठीक है। उसके बाद फीचर इंजीनियरिंग इज लाइक इफ यू नीड टू मर्ज 2-3 काइंड ऑफ डेटा सेट्स टुगेदर एंड कम अप विद सम सॉल्यूशन, और यू वांट टू ऐड फ्यू न्यू कॉलम्स। सो आप ये जो कर रहे हो है ना फीचर इंजीनियरिंग, दिस वाज नॉट देयर अर्लियर, ठीक है, बट जब आपको डेटा को पूरा आपको समझ आ गया, सो यू आर एक्चुअली चेंजिंग द डेटा एज पर योर नीड टू गेट समथिंग फ्रॉम दैट डेटा, ठीक है। सो बोथ द थिंग्स आर द पार्ट ऑफ EDA, ठीक है। सो EDA में यू हैव क्लीनिंग योर डेटा, यू एक्सप्लोरिंग इट, है ना, like exploratory we are saying it exploratory, and you are applying some feature engineering. So ये सारा काम step by step करने के लिए we have commands in NumPy Panda. This is what I am saying कि libraries हैं जिसमें already functions given हैं, उसमें से आप missing value हटा सकते हो, outliers हटा सकते हो, नए columns create कर सकते हो, columns को merge कर सकते हो, you can do multiple things on your data, ठीक है। Then उसके बाद
these items can be done in Excel also. So what's the new in Google Colab?
See, definitely it's giving more features, ठीक है, in a better way, and जब आप machine learning के algorithms implement करोगे ना, that you cannot do in Excel, ठीक है। Further, in the fourth step what you need to do, either you need to apply machine learning algorithms, क्योंकि आप prediction models बना रहे हैं, आप ऐसे ही डेटा को एनालाइज कर रहे हैं कि एनालाइज हो गया और बस कुछ तो करना है ना, उससे आपको लेट्स सपोज कि एक डेस्कटॉप एप्लीकेशन क्रिएट कर रही है आपके मॉडल को इम्प्लीमेंट करके, जिसमें कि जब आप डेटा डालो आपको प्रेडिक्शन करके कुछ बताए, ठीक है। फॉर दैट वी नीड टू डू इट इन पाइथन, ठीक है। देयर इन एक्सेल यू कैन नॉट मेक अ
Can we do
app.
PLS and kind of analysis with this also?
यस इसके बाद जब हम एक्सप्लोरेटरी रन करेंगे ना, अभी हम जो 2 फेजेस पे काम कर रहे हैं वो सब अपने डेटा को ठीक करने के लिए कर रहे हैं, उसके बाद तो डेफिनेटली वी आर गोइंग टू अप्लाई सम मशीन लर्निंग एल्गोरिथम टू गेट समथिंग आउट ऑफ दैट, ठीक है।
Better if we get some Excel sheet so that we can run these commands directly.
मैं
डेटा फाइल हमें मिल जाए।
हाँ, मैं मेनी ऑफ यू आर फ्रॉम मैनेजमेंट बैकग्राउंड, सारे कंप्यूटर साइंस के नहीं हैं, सो आई हैव whatever I have going to discuss today is like basic part, ठीक है। उसके बाद जैसे जैसे आपके सेशन होते जाएंगे ना, so maybe the other resource person will teach you something else आगे further so अभी हम बेसिक्स करें, क्योंकि जैसे अभी आपको कोलैब इंस्टॉल करना है,
जैसे हमने गूगल का करवाया, हमने हमारे पास एक्सेल में आया, अब उस एक्सेल शीट का हमें क्या करना है, जो हमें सीखना है उस पर।
बिल्कुल दैट इज योर डेटा ना, सो आप उसको फेच करके आई जस्ट नीड टू चेक आल्सो द मेथड ऑफ एक्सपोर्टिंग द एक्सेल इनटू इट, ठीक है। सो मैं आपको CSV से एक एग्जाम्पल जो मैं आज लेकर आई थी, मेजरली जब आप किसी भी डेटा पे काम करेंगे, एक सिंपल मैं आपको वो बताती हूँ मेथड कि जस्ट टेक कॉम्पिटिशन डेटा ना कैगल पे अवेलेबल है और जितनी भी रिपोजिटरीज है, ठीक है। अभी हम आपका डेटा आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि आपको उसको एनालिसिस करना है, और अभी क्या करिए कि जो भी आपके गूगल पे या पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे डेटा कैगल पे जैसे अवेलेबल है, सो एक कॉम्पिटिशन का एक किसी बेसिक चीज़ का डेटा निकाल लीजिए। आई ऑल्सो शो यू फ्यू डेटा सेट्स, ठीक है।
डेटा हम इससे एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं।
कैगल पे आपको अकाउंट बनाना पड़ेगा एंड फ्रॉम दैट यू जस्ट नीड टू डाउनलोड वन CSV फाइल कैगल से, ठीक है। मैं अभी आपको दिखाती हूँ, ठीक है। सो
अगर आप शेयर करते हैं
सो रादर देन डायरेक्टली वर्किंग ऑन द डेटा, एक बार कुछ कमांड्स रन करके देखिए, ठीक है, कोलैब पे, क्योंकि आपने अभी सबसे पहले कोलैब इंस्टॉल किया। सो अभी हम पांडास और नमपाइज को क्या क्या कर सकते हैं वो हम पहले एक बार देखें। हम विल गो स्टेप बाय स्टेप, ठीक है। उसके बाद वी कैन स्टार्ट विद हाउ टू हैंडल द मिसिंग वैल्यूज, उसके बाद वी कैन स्टार्ट विद हाउ टू हैंडल द आउटलायर्स। तो जब हम धीरे धीरे ये सब काम करना शुरू कर देंगे, देन वी कैन अप्लाई एवरीथिंग, वी कैन स्टार्ट अप्लाइंग एवरीथिंग ऑन अ डेटा सेट, ठीक है। सो ठीक है, वी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हियर। सो मॉर्निंग में जो भी मैंने आपको बताया था, फोर्थ स्टेप वाज ड्राइंग टू कंक्लूजन विद द हेल्प ऑफ मशीन लर्निंग एल्गोरिथम और इन्फ्रेंशियल स्टैटिस्टिक मेथड्स, ठीक है। एंड द फिफ्थ स्टेज इज अपने रिजल्ट्स को कम्युनिकेट करना टू द peer groups or to others, ठीक है। So that is a 5-step analysis, data analysis process. So just run small commands on your collab notebook, ठीक है। Just try कि कैसा मतलब लाइक अगर आप करना शुरू करेंगे, एक्सप्लोर करना शुरू करेंगे and you will start with the simple commands ना, so आपको धीरे धीरे खुद से ही ना आ जाएगा, ठीक है। और स्टेप बाय स्टेप चलते हैं, rather than doing a major task पहले से, ठीक है, थोड़ा सा। तो now from this first input, what I'm doing, I'm importing a numpy as NP, like I'm importing a numpy library, है ना, giving them the name जो कि standard है, सब देते हैं, NP is a small form, shortest form, and I'm creating an array, ये आप अपना नाम कुछ भी ले सकते हैं, and you just need to get pass a list in this array, ठीक है। And just try to run this, ठीक है, step by step, try to solve small things, ठीक है, and gradually you will be understanding कि हम कैसे करें। यहाँ पे एरो है, you need to press this arrow. See? I'll change this list. 2, 4, 7, 34, 23. You just need to click here. ठीक है, I will run it and ये सब नहीं लिखना है। Don't write this. Don't write the green lines, ठीक है, वो मैंने comments के लिए लिखी है कि whatever we are doing, आप just ठीक है, output आ गया। Everyone has done the first command or first thing which I have done, creating 1D array. Just do it. Wait, Alex, increase the size. Why it's giving 3 output? अच्छा 2D है. So 2 output 1. ठीक है. So both this commands you can do. Create a 1D array and create a 2D array. These are very small simple things. ठीक है. Just quickly type the code. ठीक है. Without typing the green lines. ठीक है. You just need to type the code and run it. And you need to run from here. So I hope all have done this. Now you can try this multiply operation with list and with arrays. आप यहाँ बीच में जाएंगे ना तो कोड का ऑप्शन आ रहा है. For adding a new code, you just need to click on code, or for adding a text, informative things, you need to click on text. ठीक है? So now click on code, you will get the next window, and you need to write this code in that window. आप जब अगर मैं शीट शेयर कर दूंगी, either you can run it और यू कैन कट एंड पेस्ट इन योर शीट एंड यू कैन एक्सप्लोर. ठीक है, सो इतना तो इसको थोड़ा सा बैठे. ठीक है, सो अभी हम ये देख लेते हैं कि डेटा सेट. ठीक है, आई जस्ट वांट टू शो यू वन डेटा सेट. अभी ये हम बेसिक नमपाइज और पांडास में काम कर रहे थे, तो इसको क्लोज करके आई टेक यू टू कैगल डेटा सेट को यूज करना देखते हैं.
डमी डेटा सेट.
ठीक है ना. देखो ये एक ट्रेन डेटा सेट है. ठीक है, मैंने कैगल से पिक किया है. ठीक है, सो दिस इज वन डेटा सेट विच वॉज इन एक्सेल और इसका जो एक्सटेंशन था वो था .csv. सो ऑल्दो इट्स लुकिंग लाइक एन एक्सेल फाइल. ठीक है, विद एक्सटेंशन .csv कॉमा सेपरेटेड फाइल. जब आप इसको जुपिटर में खोलोगे तो आपको सारे वैल्यूज के बीच में कॉमास दिखेंगे. टैब सेपरेटेड फाइल्स में लाइंस दिखेंगी, टैब्स दिखेंगे. ठीक है, सो ये csv फाइल मैंने डायरेक्टली डाउनलोड करके कैगल से अपने डेस्कटॉप पे रख दी. ठीक है, डेस्कटॉप पे डाउनलोड कर दी. और अदरवाइज आप देयर आर मल्टीपल वेज तो हाउ टू इम्पोर्ट अ डेटा शीट इनटू कोलैब. आप जैसे ही आप अपने जेमिनी पे डाल दीजिए, सो यू विल फाइंड 4, 5, 6 मेथड्स ऑफ डूइंग दैट. सो मैं एक मेथड आपको बता रही हूँ. सो ये मेरे डेस्कटॉप पे पड़ा हुआ है. ठीक है, नाउ आई गो टू माई कोलैब. यहाँ पे मैंने जितनी भी बेसिक लाइब्रेरीज हैं उनको इम्पोर्ट किया. पांडास, नमपाई, सीबॉन, मैटलैब. ठीक है, मैटप्लॉटलिब. ठीक है, सो ये सारी मैंने यहाँ पे इम्पोर्ट करी है. सो अभी 2-3 ही यूज होंगी. नाउ आई हैव रिटन दिस कोड. आई हैव कॉपीड दिस कोड फ्रॉम समवेयर. ठीक है, आई हैव पेस्टेड इट हियर. सो उसने मुझे ऑप्शन दिया चूज फाइल फ्रॉम wherever it is. ठीक है, सो नाउ आई क्लिक ऑन दिस चूज फाइल ऑप्शन. I'll run it. ठीक है, so what I'm doing, I'm choosing the file from my desktop. मैं EDF फोल्डर में गई और मैंने ये ट्रेन का डेटा सेट उठाया और ओपन किया. ठीक है, एंड ये कमांड हो गया कंप्लीट. ठीक है, उसके बाद नेक्स्ट कोड में what I have done, df equals to pd रीड कर रही हूँ मैं csv फाइल. उसका नाम दे दिया train.csv and df.head. df.head क्या कर रहा है, इसको प्रिंट कर रहा है. So now I have got this data. पूरा का पूरा डेटा जो है एक्सपोर्ट हो गया यहाँ. ठीक है, so this is how I have taken the data from any CSV file and imported here. ठीक है, अब वो पूरा का पूरा जो डेटा सेट है वो मेरे कोलैब में आ गया. ठीक है, so now I can work on it. तो अभी हम जो छोटी छोटी चीज़ें छोटे एरेज पे कर रहे थे ना, so वो हम सारा काम we can do it with this. अब ये जो डेटा है ना, इट्स टाइटैनिक डेटा. ये टाइटैनिक में क्या क्या इसके फीचर्स क्या है, फीचर्स और आई कैन से कॉलम्स क्या है. सो पैसेंजर आईडी इज देयर, जैसे रोल नंबर होता है स्टूडेंट का. ठीक है, आईडी इज देयर. सर्वाइव, दैट पर्सन इज सर्वाइव्ड और नॉट, 0 और 1 बूलियन वैल्यू है इसकी. पी क्लास में भी वो किस क्लास में ट्रेवल कर रहा था टाइटैनिक में. नेम ऑफ दैट पर्सन, सेक्स ऑफ दैट पर्सन, एज ऑफ दैट पर्सन. सिप एसपी मतलब कि वो जो पर्सन ट्रेवल कर रहा था उसके सिबलिंग्स हैं या नहीं, उसके साथ में सिबलिंग्स या फिर उसका हस्बैंड और हस्बैंड के साथ वाइफ. सो कोई एक पर्टिकुलर पर्सन ट्रेवल कर रहा था या नहीं. पेरेंट चाइल्ड, सो उनका रिलेशनशिप पेरेंट चाइल्ड था या नहीं. ठीक है, टिकट का नंबर हम ये हम नंबर ही बोल सकते हैं क्योंकि अल्फान्यूमेरिक वैल्यू है. कि कॉल इट एज ए नंबर. फेयर इट्स गिविंग. केबिन कौन सा था. ठीक है, ये भी अल्फान्यूमेरिक वैल्यू है. एंड इम्बार्क्ड इज लाइक कि कौन से सिटी, एस सी 3 सिटी से मेनली लोग टाइटैनिक में चढ़े. सो दिस इज द डेटा ऑफ टाइटैनिक. लाइक ठीक है, टाइटैनिक का एक डेटा सेट है. सो पहले यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये सारे कॉलम्स क्या है. ठीक है, सो आपने ये कॉलम्स देख लिया, ऊपर से पढ़ लिया. सो हेड में आपको लाइक df.head से यू गेट दैट डेटा. नाउ why EDA? We need to build the model, analyze and reporting करनी है, validate करना है assumption को, handling missing values, feature engineering लगानी है और detection करना है outliers का. So all these things we'll do in EDA. This is why we'll do EDA. ठीक है, so अभी मैं इस पे EDA लगाने वाली हूँ. So आपको शायद थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. So हम सबसे पहले चेक करते हैं कि हमारा जो डेटा है ना उसका टाइप क्या है. अब हमारे पास डेटा तो हमें पता चल गया टाइटैनिक क्या है, कि टाइटैनिक में जो लोग ट्रेवल कर रहे थे, ठीक है। सो अभी हमारे पास जो न्यूमेरिकल 3 टाइप्स का डेटा हो सकता है, न्यूमेरिकल, कैटेगोरिकल एंड मिक्स, ठीक है। जो एज, फेयर, पैसेंजर आईडी, ये सारा entirely the value is entirely numerical. So we have categorized it into numerical. Then categories, survived, बचा नहीं बचा, इसकी कैटेगरी है, ठीक है। Then class, sex, मेल फीमेल, siblings है नहीं है, कितने हैं, so we can categorize it, ठीक है। Mixed is name can be, name में कुछ alphanumeric या कुछ भी हो सकता है, so that is a mixed type of data. Ticket number is alphanumeric, केबिन इस अल्फानुमेरिक, उसमें अल्फाबेट्स भी थे, नंबर्स भी थे। सो हमने अपने डेटास को कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड कर दिया। अब हम क्या करेंगे, इस पर यूनिवेरिएट लगाएंगे, बायोवेरिएट लगाएंगे और मल्टीवेरिएट लगाएंगे। सबसे पहले यूनिवेरिएट। यूनिवेरिएट इज लाइक कि एनालाइजिंग अ सिंगल कॉलम। अगर मैं एज के ऊपर यूनिवेरिएट एनालिसिस लगाती हूँ, सबसे पहले मुझे ये समझना है कि कौन सी एज से लेके कौन सी एज तक के लोग उस पर ट्रैवल करें। लेट्स सपोज मैंने यूनिवेरिएट सिर्फ एज पे लगाया, ऐसे करके मुझे अपनी सारे सेल्स को पहले सिंगल एनालाइज करना है कि उस सेल में क्या है, मैक्सिमम क्या है, मिनिमम क्या है, मीडियन क्या है, मोड क्या है ना, डेटा की वैल्यू टाइप क्या है उसका। सो आई हैव एनालाइज अ सिंगल सेल, ठीक है, ए सिंगल कॉलम। नहीं होगा, एग्जैक्टली। कैटेगोरिकल में हम मीन मीडियम नहीं लगाएंगे, ठीक है। तो ये हमें डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा कि कौन सा ऑपरेशन हम किस डेटा टाइप में लगाएंगे, ठीक है। सो यस, और सर हम उसको विजुअलाइजेशन मेथड से तो देख ही सकते हैं, ठीक है। सो यहाँ पे सब कुछ लिखा है। सो इफ यू वांट आई विल शेयर दिस स्लाइड, लाइक दिस मटेरियल विद यू। यूनिवेरिएट
commands are very new to us. We cannot gather in a few moments. Please share the slide.
आई टेल यू कि ये कैसे होगा मैम, मैं बता देती हूँ। यूनिवेरिएट एनालिसिस और के बारे में सब कुछ लिखा है, एंड देन ठीक है, ये सब थ्योरी मैंने इसी में डाली थी जस्ट टू कवर नाउ एज। एज में आपने जब एज को समझा, सबसे पहले आपने डिस्क्रिप्शन कमांड रन करी। सी दिस इज इम्पॉर्टेंट। अगर आपने एक सिंगल कॉलम एज पे डिस्क्रिप्शन कमांड रन करी, तो आपको वहाँ से काउंट आ गया कि एज जो है 714 लोगों की एज इज स्पेसिफाइड देयर। मे बी कुछ एज नहीं हो, कुछ लोगों की एज मिसिंग। मीन क्या निकला उसका, स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन क्या है, मिनिमम क्या है, मिनिमम एज 25%, मतलब 25% लोग जो है वो 20 के नीचे हैं एज के, 50% लोग 28 एज के नीचे हैं, और 75% लोग उतने, और मैक्सिमम इज 8।
फर्स्ट क्वार्टर है, फर्स्ट क्वार्टर सेकंड क्वार्टर।
हाँ, बिल्कुल हम कह सकते हैं डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, ठीक है। नाउ यू कैन प्लॉट द हिस्टोग्राम्स ऑफ एज, ठीक है। तो जब आपने हिस्टोग्राम प्लॉट किया और उसका प्लॉट किया बार चार्ट, ठीक है, और यहाँ पे आप बॉक्स प्लॉट करेंगे, सो यू विल कम अप विद सम कंक्लूजन्स, ठीक है। कंक्लूजन क्या निकला, एज इज नॉर्मल, ऑलमोस्ट डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड, नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड। फ्रॉम दिस चार्ट यू कैन से योर एज इज नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड, ठीक है। स्क्यूड नहीं है, राइट में ज़्यादा नहीं है, लेफ्ट में नहीं है, मिडिल एज के लोग ज़्यादा हैं, ठीक है। सो नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड। देन आप कौन कौन से कंक्लूजन पे आप पहुँचे, 20% ऑफ द वैल्यूज आर मिसिंग। अब आप जब इसमें आगे एनालिसिस कर रहे हैं हम, तो हम देख रहे हैं मिसिंग हम निकाल रहे हैं इज नल। सो यहाँ पे वी आर कम अप विद सम वैल्यू 19.8 समथिंग, ठीक है। सो मैंने ये चेक किया कि एज में कितना परसेंट डेटा इज मिसिंग। सो आई कम टू कंक्लूजन दैट 20% ऑफ एज इज मिसिंग, मतलब 20% लोगों की एज जो है वो डेटा में नहीं गिवन है ना। एंड देयर आर सम आउटलायर्स, मे बी जब हमने बॉक्स प्लॉट किया, जब हमने बॉक्स प्लॉटिंग करी, दिस इज बॉक्स प्लॉट, यहाँ पे जो सर बात कर रहे थे क्वार्टाइल, है ना। सो ये जो बॉक्स प्लॉट है ना, इसको आपको थोड़ा सा समझना पड़ेगा, वी हैव लेस टाइम। सो ये जो डॉट्स एक्सट्रीट कर रही है ना मैक्सिमम और मिनिमम से, दैट विल गिव यू द आउटलायर्स, ठीक है।
लोअर साइड में है,
अपर में नहीं है। सो इन्फेंट है, बहुत छोटे एज के लोग, है ना। सो दीज आर योर आउटलायर्स। सो ये सारा कंक्लूजन आप इस डेटा पे करते, एज पे किया, देन यू कैन डू इट ऑन फेयर, ठीक है। सो देयर आर, अब मैं आपको बता देती हूँ कि ये कहाँ से आया। ये पूरी जो वर्कशीट है मुझे भी शेयर करने की जरूरत नहीं है, जस्ट गो टू kaggle.com। अभी शायद आपने अकाउंट नहीं क्रिएट किया होगा, आई टेल यू, kaggle.com पे हम गए, ठीक है। यहाँ पे Kaggle पे कॉम्पिटिशन्स का डेटा है, देखो यहाँ पे कॉम्पिटिशन्स का डेटा है ना. सो कॉम्पिटिशन्स में कुछ डेटा सेट्स और कुछ सिनारियोज आर गिवन. सो आई हैव टेकन दिस टाइटैनिक मशीन लर्निंग डिजास्टर डेटा. ठीक है, आई क्लिक्ड ऑन दिस, आई हैव टेकन द डेटा सेट फ्रॉम हियर. ठीक है, आप किसी भी सिनारियो का डेटा यहाँ से पिक कर सकते हैं. गो टू डेटा and different data are given provided here. Test data and train data. ठीक है, so go to test data or train data. ठीक है, just click on the test data, download here, and it will download your data in downloads. You will get your data in downloads. ठीक है, this is how you can download the data from Kaggle. ठीक है, and in Colab you can import that data and you can do your analysis. So अभी as of now मैं इतना ही बता सकती हूँ. There are multiple YouTube videos available और जो लोग वहाँ पर टीच कर रहे हैं ना, उन्होंने अपनी Colab फाइल्स और डेटा सेट्स वहीं पे दिया हुआ है. ठीक है, अपने वीडियो को जो समझा रहे हैं उसके नीचे दिया हुआ है. You can download the entire Colab file from there. You can download the entire data set from here. अभी मैं आपको सजेस्ट करूँगी कि just analyze जो भी वो कर रहा है ना, एक बार समझते जाइए और उसको रन करते जाइए. ठीक है, अभी यू आर नॉट कैपेबल ऑफ राइटिंग द कमांड्स. ठीक है, इतनी जल्दी, बिकॉज अभी शायद हमें भी याद नहीं है कि कब कौन सी. सो जस्ट टेक समबडीज Colab फाइल, आई शेयर दिस विद यू, और टेक इट फ्रॉम द यूट्यूब और समवेयर फ्रॉम Kaggle और समवेयर. ठीक है, जस्ट टेक वन Colab फाइल जिसमें सारी कमांड्स ऑलरेडी रन हो एंड जस्ट एक्सप्लोर इट, मतलब जस्ट वर्क ऑन इट. ठीक है, जब आपको अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो जाएगी तो फिर उसके बाद टेक data data set again from the Kaggle and start applying yourself. ठीक है, and start understanding that data yourself कि और इसमें मैं नया क्या कर सकती हूँ. This is how you can आपकी थिंकिंग अकॉर्डिंगली, मतलब यू कैन से कि जब आप डेटा को समझना शुरू करेंगे, सोचना शुरू करेंगे, हाइपोथेसिस निकालना शुरू करेंगे, उसमें से कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट एनालाइज करने की कोशिश करेंगे, सो आपको पता चलेगा कि फिर उसके बाद आप जो करना हो ना, जस्ट पुट ऑन सम AI टूल. आप बोलो कि मुझे इसकी कमांड दो, दैट विल प्रोवाइड यू द कमांड एंड यू कैन रन योर डेटा सेट विद दैट कमांड. सो इट्स दैट इजी. बट आपको सिर्फ एक बार इसमें घुसना है. once you start doing it, ठीक है, आपको लगेगा कि बहुत इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है और मैं अब इसको इस पर अप्लाई करके देखती हूँ. इस डेटा सेट जैसे मैम कह रही थी कि मैम आज डेटा एक कंपटीशन का डेटा उठा के मैम अगर आप उसमें सारा काम कर लेंगे ना, तो उसके बाद यू कैन ऑल्सो एनालाइज योर यूनिवर्सिटी डेटा. यू बी एबल टू एनालाइज एनी काइंड ऑफ डेटा यू हैव. ठीक है, इज दैट सिंपल. सो आई होप माई सेशन ऑन डेटा एनालिसिस इज यूजफुल फॉर यू.
इसमें डेटा अपलोड करने ये मेरा
Dear everyone, I conclude this session. Special thanks to our speaker. Now let us proceed for the lunch in the mess and we'll resume back at 2:15 sharp.
Acha, one more thing, just for 2 minutes. I'm heading the PhD program, doctoral program of Maharashtra University. ठीक है, although you people are from management, few are from management and IT, and if you are still not pursuing PhD, so start with that. ठीक है, and AI में there is lots of scope of doing research. ठीक है, if you are still thinking to do the doctoral program, you can join that. Forms are open this cycle as well, and you can think of doing in the next cycle as well. ठीक है, so आप research शुरू करिए. अगर आप नहीं करें, this will definitely going to help you a lot. ठीक है, तब पढ़ने में ज़्यादा मज़ा आएगा जब आपके पास अपनी कोई रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम हो. और अगर आप नहीं कर रहे हैं रिसर्च, तो स्टार्ट डूइंग इट, बिकॉज आप सब एक एडमिशन है, यू नीड दैट डिग्री ऑल्सो. ठीक है, टू ग्रो, है ना, टू रीच समवेयर ऑन द टॉप, यू नीड दैट डॉक्टरल डिग्री एज वेल. सो अगर नहीं परस्यू करना शुरू किया है, सो यू कैन स्टार्ट थिंकिंग ओवर दैट एंड देन यू कैन स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन AI/ML properly. ठीक है, ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच ऑल ऑफ यू.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Everyone, welcome to session 2 of day 1 of FDP. I, Rashi Agarwal, Assistant Professor, Maharaja Agustin Institute of Management Studies, extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished resource person, Dr. Alpna, who is an accomplished academician and research in the field of computer science and engineering, with nearly 10 years of experience in teaching, research and academic leadership. She is currently serving as an assistant professor at MET School of Engineering and Technology, MET University, Gurgaon. She specializes in artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning and deep learning. She earned her PhD from Jawaharlal Nehru University, where her research focused on developing novel methods for coal characterization using microscopic image analysis. Dr. Alpna has a strong publication record in reputed SCI Scopus Index journals and international conferences, along with multiple patents in AI-based healthcare and smart systems. I welcome you, ma'am, and I would like to invite Dr. Neha to felicitate us.
First of all, thank you so much for this invitation and a nice welcome speech regarding me. So yes, this is Dr. Alpna from MIT University, Haryana, and today I am going to deliver, I am not saying deliver, rather than we are going together. Okay, so today we are going to discuss what is data visualization and analytics and why it is a need of time right now for the students as well as the teacher and any professional. So anyone, can you please let me know you have any idea regarding visualization and analytics? Do you have any background so that I can know from where I need to start? So frankly speaking, honestly, नहीं भी आ रहा है, आ भी रहा है, कुछ जो भी आ रहा है. You have a background, okay? And rest of all, this is new for all, okay? And any background from the art programming?
मैम बस पिवट टेबल कर रहा है हम लोग डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन और कुछ नहीं.
Okay, no issue. So, in today's session, as we have a lack of time, so we will do a little bit of theory, just the introduction part. We will do rather than more hands-on and the coding part. Okay. So first, we need to know why data visualization matters nowadays. In our teaching scenario, we will focus most on the part in the representation form rather than the writing part. In case of writing a research paper, in case of presentation, we need to focus on the representation rather than the pointers. Nowadays, nobody is interested to learn or read point by point what you have written or what you have displayed. Rather than we are more interested to know how our data is going to be represented. Okay? So, why this matter and in which field? Most of the days representation matters in the MBA, business administration, your financial sector, as well as in the research area as well. Because currently I am a reviewer of most of the journal, I am also focusing कि students ज़्यादा लिख के न लाए rather than they can represent their work. And nowadays we have ample of data streaming in seconds. Okay, in the form of you can see Instagram, Twitter, okay, Facebook or any YouTube. हर जगह we can see ample of data is streaming in every second. But how to visualize that particular data? We can visualize in histogram form, we can visualize in scatter plot, we can see in the bar graph. So these are the basic representation of your data visualization, and that's why we need this type of topic in today's era. So, can you please tell me which area of representation is more comfortable if we want to say we can represent our data in the form of continuous variable? Everybody know what is continuous variable?
Second one.
Second one, scatter plot. Yes. Why? Because when we are talking about the continuous, can you please give me any example, real-time example? Everyone know what is discrete? Huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And what is the difference between the discrete variable and the continuous? Any real-time example of discrete?
Number of students in the class is discrete.
The student in the class is ambiguous. What kind of student?
Age is discrete.
Yes. See, when we are talking about the discrete, we are talking about a categorical data. Category means जहाँ पे हमें word आता है और, girl or boy, spam or not spam, day or night, heat or cold. Okay. But whenever we are talking about the continuous data, it means it will be a continuous. Means how much humidity in today weather, how much student is going to be appear in this entrance. So this is the type of discrete and continuous. And for this we need a different plots to represent our data and need to visualize our data. So, in today's talk, we are going to see a representation using R. Why R? What is the need to do R rather than we have ample of technology right now with the data visualization. So, if we are talking about R, the first one is R is very much simpler in comparison to other techniques. It means that what we are going to see, there are ample of programming languages like C, C++, Python. Nowadays we need to see a visualization for Tableau and Power BI as well. But R is going to be a free or you can say open source for everyone. In Tableau you can see it will be a licensed version. It is not open source for every part. Power BI as well as the licensed version. Okay? Then we have a Python as well for the visualization. You can do a visualization in Python, but R will be a little bit easier than Python. Why? Because everything is inbuilt in our programming language. No need to have a prior experience to learn a programming in R. Okay? Anyone can learn. But for Python or C++ or C, you need to have a background of data structure, you need to have a background of know how to read the packages, how to import the files, and how you are going to have a loop under that particular programming language. But in R, everything is inbuilt. We are going to see. Now, we have ample of packages inbuilt under the visualization part. But in today's class, we are going to start with a simpler one because you are just a beginner for this programming language. So we are going to use a ggplot2. This is our inbuilt packages installed in R. Okay. So with this, we will see how to plot a bar graph. We will see how to plot a line graph, scatter plot, and so many visualization charts. Now, why we need to do? Obviously, we need to have an impactful representation of the data. Impactful means whenever we are going to create, suppose we are in a university, we have a data set of students, okay, and we are going to represent that particular data set in the, you can say the conference or in the front of board of member of the university. So instead of showing the Excel file that we have this student enrolled in this class, this student have this grant, we are going to show in the form of pie chart or bar graph. It will be more insightful for the audiences as well. It will be more attractive for the audiences as well. So that's why it is very much important to represent your data in a more, you can say storytelling way, so that your research or your data can be representable in a more impactful to the audiences. अभी जैसे मैं यहाँ पे अपना डेटा सेट एक्सेल में आपको दिखा दूँ तो वहाँ पे आपको भी मज़ा नहीं आएगा सीखने में और मुझे भी समझाने में बहुत मुश्किल आएगी. So that way we can use our visualization technique. Now, another question comes, what is the difference between the visualization and the analytics? Okay, बहुत जगह एक ही syllabus चलते हैं data visualization या फिर data analytics, but there is something different in that. What is the difference? The main difference is your data analytics will process your data, means whether which pattern is going to be discovered from that particular representation, that is called data analytics. Why? In visualization we are just representing in our data. Means suppose मैं आपको एक लाइन ग्राफ दूँ, जो लाइन ग्राफ है that will be a data visualization, but from that line graph what we are going to analyze, it is your data analytics part. Okay, the data analytics involves some processing technique in the form of machine learning, in the form of data science, of any techniques like any other field like NLP and all. So it will be done using analytics. Now comes to the part data visualization R, which is our main objective in the today's class. So how we can do this? R will provide you a built-in function of plotting any type of graph. It will allow you the high customization of graph, means you can easily change the color of graph, you can easily change the dimension, range or any plotting or labeling of graph itself using the coding. What happening when we are using Excel file? Have you done the Excel file charting system? Have you prepared a file from the Excel or chart from the Excel? इसमें क्या होता है? When we drag the picture, it will get a blur image of that particular chart. But using coding, we can increase our font size. Using coding, we can give it the best colorization or customization to the graph to give an impactful result. Now comes to the part to the types of data visualization, means how many types of plot we can represent using visualization technique. The first plot is bar plot. Okay, bar plot basically you can give a visualization in the form of horizontal way or the vertical way, which represent the data point where we have a certain type of net. Suppose this is a plot of ozone concentration of air. This is just an example. So here we have some data points. We need to have some numerical data with us, then only we can plot this type of graph. Second one, histogram. As we already know from the 10, 12, we are already doing this part. Histogram will give you the distributions of data. Okay, it is another type of visualization. Third one is your box plot. Box plot means whenever we are going to represent our data in a quartile way. Quartile way means suppose we want to represent our student data semester 1. Okay, in that type of representation we can mostly use this type of thing. Or you can say the entertainment industry. तो TRP आप सुनते होंगे, TVs की आती है, तो they can represent कि मेरा आज के चैनल में इतने ज़्यादा TRP आया, तो box plot can be used in that way. Next plot, scatter. Scatter for your continuous data, for your you can say different data points whenever we are going to describe with the continuation of your humidity or continuation of data like the student ranges of data. So we can use scatter plot in that way. Now comes to the R. Just like I have said earlier, it is an open source programming language and software which will provide you statistical computing. Statistical means apart from the visualization, you can do the mathematics in the R programming as well. Mathematics means mean, median, mode, probability distribution you can do easily. Why R? As I earlier said, it is free of cost for any student, for university or any individual. No license is needed, no payment is needed for that. It contains advanced statistical routine not yet available in other packages. Means जो other आपके programming system है, they cannot have in R, we can have this. Features, if you want to see, it is a well-developed, simple and effective programming language. Whenever you can say anyone can start, okay. It can handle data very effectively. It provides a large integrated collection of tools for data analysis or also for the graphical representation. So let us start with the downloading part. It is a very small software and it will run quickly in your system. So first you need to download the R. Okay, why? See, every software has some base software as well. To run a program we need a R Studio, but to give the base of this R Studio we need to have a R console. Okay, so first download it and install in your system, and then download this and install in your system quickly, so that we can start with the programming part.
And we cannot run as administrator.
R Studio already has R Studio है, then R console भी होगा ही, then no issue, you can run on that. Those who have your own laptop, you can do your own. Happening? R Studio, we need to download R Studio. We need to run the code in R Studio. R Studio search करो तो होगा. हाँ ये कैसे होगा R Studio? Search आप लिखो R Studio. Just everyone open the R Studio. If you have already installed, just open this. For Windows, it is a Windows system here. First.
Still downloading.
Okay. Those who have downloaded, just open the R Studio. In top of the pane, you can see file, edit, code, view, plot, session, and these are the things. Okay. So in the top part, you are going to write your program and save your program. In the bottom of that, you can see the program run in your system. In the right side, in the right side you can see there is file plot where your program is going to be stored for the history purpose. Okay. In the other side you can see the top. This is a global environment where whatever the things or representation will come, it will be stored in your environment. So everyone, if you are going to store your data in the C drive, then it will be in your user folder. Everything is going to be stored in the user. If you are not going to store in the C drive, then make a folder in the D drive or any other drive in the name of R, and then start saving your program file under that. Okay? So just choose your environment according to the system requirement. So write your first program. So what you need to do, you need to go in the file part. Okay? The new file. Under new file there is a R script. So there is two ways. You can directly run your code in the console. वहाँ से भी हो जाएगा, or you can start saving your program there. So for this session to save our time, just for the knowledge purpose, first program you can save in the R script file. Other program we can directly run to the console. Okay. So start writing. So how you need to write, what are the things you need to write. If you write hello world, it will give you equal to. Here we can use equal to, we can use arrow, left, right, anything for the assignment purpose. Okay. Then print that particular variable. You can see a result hello. Everyone got it? Please start doing. This is a very simple programming. Then only you can start with the visualization part. Yeah, file today. New file. Script. File. Script. So now you are going to write your program first. वहाँ पे मैंने लिखा हुआ है program. You can write. वो हो गया? Hello world हो गया? Hello हो गया? ठीक है.
सेव कैसे करना है?
इसको सेव एज फाइल में जाइए. सेव एज वो मैं सेकंड से बता रही हूँ.
टाइप करना होगा.
Okay, now the question arises how to save a file. So what we are going to do, we will go on the save as. Okay, whenever you are going to click on the save as. So I have saved my program in my drive, in the D drive. You are going to save wherever you you want, in the desktop or any drive. और लेकिन उसका जो extension होगा that should be .r because this is your R script file. So extension will be p1 program1.r. It will be saved in your R programming file. Okay, so do it. स्टूडेंट डेटा लिख लो, कोई भी एम्प्लॉय डेटा लिख लो. जैसे आई हैव गिवन वन डेटा दैट इज आईडी नंबर, नेम, सैलरी, स्टार्ट डेट, डिपार्टमेंट नेम. ओके, सो यू कैन इजीली राइट. मैम कोई सिस्टम है जहाँ मैं कॉपी करके ये लोग पेस्ट कर सकते डायरेक्टली टू सेव अ टाइम? बुक पे टेक्स्ट फाइल है ये तो आप बुक पे okay, so what we are doing, I am just sending a text file to the ma'am. She will send you the text file so that you can easily copy and paste to save your time and visualize the data. Okay, it is good for you. Employee name, salary, start date, and department. Notepad. Plus, write down ID, comma, yes, comma, name, comma, salary, comma, start date, start underscore date, comma, department, DEPT. Now the first is 1, ID name is 1. You can put any name here. Rick is given, salary is 62.3, 623.3. Starting date is 2012-1-1 and department is IT. Just copy. मेरा नहीं चल रहा है मैं व्हाट्सएप पर
भेज रहे हैं
So here what we are going to do, you can simply copy this data in the notepad and then go to the file, save as in the form of .csv, means input.csv. तो वो क्या करेगा, notepad will be converted into CSV file, the Excel file. Okay, and then we can read that particular Excel file. Do it. Do it. जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे बनाया हुआ है, देखो. Same way you can copy paste and go to the file, then save as and give a name input.csv. Not in the text file. ये नहीं करना, you need to put a CSV. So it will give you a small data set for reading your data. So we are just doing a reading part. This is not for visualization. You first know how to read your data in the R. Input dot CSV. ये देखो हम डेटा सेव कर CSV के ऊपर भी टेक्स्ट लेना होगा पर only for your data set creation. Save as input.csv. Input.csv. In this way, you can write. Then you need to choose all file. So the data will be appear in this way. Input CSV फाइल में डेटा अपीयर होगा आपके फोल्डर में, जो भी आप फोल्डर जहाँ सेव करते हो अपने प्रोग्राम को. ओके So in my system the R is installed in C drive. So what I am going to do, so I have my data all stored in the C document part, user document. Okay, so you can save your file in that particular location, then only you can read easily. Otherwise every time you need to provide the environment or the drive part. Okay, तो वहीं पे डाटा अपना सेव करते जाइए जहाँ से आप डायरेक्टली रीड कर पाओ. ठीक है, तो जहाँ मैंने इंस्टॉल किया है मेरी सारी डेटा वहीं स्टोर होती जा रही है. तो डू इट.
कमांड वाला पार्ट कहाँ सेव करना है?
जहाँ पे आपका इंस्टॉल्ड है सी ड्राइव के यूजर में जाओ, वहाँ पे आप वहाँ पे सेव कर दो. सी ड्राइव यूजर आर, ये वाला पार्ट कोई देखने जा रहा था सेविंग सेव में इसमें ये
कॉन्टेक्स्ट फाइल तो आगे मेरे पास.
ये मैं आप बता दूँ. Okay, now to read your CSV, everyone CSV done? To read your CSV you need to install read R, because in every R studio there is no requirement कि वहाँ पे ये already package installed है. जिसके में ये installed है वो already आपका read हो जाएगा. अगर install नहीं है then you need to read it. So install.packages read R. You can start installing. You can see this thing is going to be happening. Installing part. For that, install.packages read R. Right now. यहाँ नहीं करना. Console. Everyone, write on your console part. अब स्क्रिप्ट की काम नहीं है, सिर्फ हम कंसोल पे काम करेंगे. Okay, you can drag it. In the console, our console you can install. Our console. What you need to do, you can write here in the R part. यहाँ पे आप लिखोगे install. Install.packages read R. Not in script file. Once that is written, now you need to write in the console. Now what we are doing everything on the console. Do not waste your time in the saving part because it is already known how to save your file using save as. ओके, कंसोल पे लिखना स्टार्ट कीजिए. फर्स्ट वी नीड टू रीड दैट पर्टिकुलर CSV फाइल. सो डेटा read.csv इन्वर्टेड कॉमा में input.csv. आप जिस भी नेम से फाइल सेव किए हो, जस्ट गिव अ इनपुट to read your data. See, here the data is reading. See my screen. Data यहाँ read हुआ है. Then everyone got a text file. Text file सबको मिल गया है? मैम सबको सेंड हो गया? सही बात. You got it now?
It is there
Then
on YouTube.
first you need to copy
The text file
this
is there.
line input.csv. Go to the R. Paste there and then put enter in the console part. Do not touch upper part, on the console. After that, what we are going to do, we are going to print our data column and the data row. Okay, so for this command we are going to use is.data.frame. This is going to be provided what kinds of data is stored under that particular frame. तो वो अगर ये data इस format में you need to put it. Okay. After that we simply write a print the column of that particular data, print the row of that particular data. Then it will give you the number of column is your 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the number of row is 8. So answer will be 5 and 8. Everyone got it? Just do simultaneously so that will be on same path. And column means number of column and row means number of row in that particular data. जो हम data save किए input.csv. Done? डेस्कटॉप पे किया ना. अब यहाँ पे आप देखो सी सॉफ्टवेयर में भी किया है. माय कंप्यूटर कहाँ
ये नीचे
सी ड्राइव में करना है.
हाँ सी ड्राइव में इंस्टॉल होगा ना इनका. यूज़र यूज़र के बाद
यूजर्स में
इनका कोई ड्राइव नहीं है.
इनका ही है.
Okay. इनका then what you need to do, you need to provide a data. So what you need to make, you need to create one folder of your name. ये आपका data file है. Copy. अब देखो इनपुट आपने लिखा है स्मॉल में, सेव किया है आपने कैपिटल में, तो वो फर्क आएगा ना. जैसे सेव करोगे
कमांड्स कैप्स में की. कैप्स में
आपने एड्रेस कहाँ पेस्ट किया?
सी में इनपुट से
आपके पास सी में ये नहीं लिख हो रहा है, दूसरी ड्राइव नहीं है मेरे भी सेम है किसी का रन हुआ है ये कॉलेज सिस्टम है इसलिए इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया था सबको लैपटॉप लाने के लिए कि बहुत सी जगह रिस्ट्रिक्टेड होती है ना यहाँ पे
लैपटॉप वाली कैरी करने के लिए
मैंने तो कर
नहीं
लिया
तो कैरी कर लेते कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं इवन इंस्टॉल भी था
आपने हो रहा है
नहीं सेम
गेम में रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगा रहे
इंस्टॉल भी था इवन
Done? Once it is done, you need to run this part. Hurry up. ऐसे एक एक लाइन पे आपको ऐसे ये आप यहाँ पे करोगे कॉलेज सिस्टम है ना देखा था दिस ओके यहाँ पे आप एक ब्लॉक CSP
कहाँ से
Done? Now you can save it again. WhatsApp से login to WhatsApp से ये सर ये आगे Okay, once we are done with that, okay, so first question is get the maximum salary. So in that particular data set, if you can see which have the maximum salary is 843, means Gary has the maximum salary. So how we need to run that particular code? You need to read that particular CSV file. After that, you need to provide the code, the maximum of the data 5. So it will reach you a maximum salary is your 843. Okay? And if you want to match, you can match with the data set provided to you, that is 843. Okay? So do it. Maximum salary. Everyone, you need to save all your files in a document because your college has some restrictions on the desktop. You can't save your file on the desktop. Okay? Now first question you need to learn maximum salary. So just pick the maximum salary. Yes, you need to print. How? First you need to provide the data variable salary and you need to count a maximum salary from the data folder or CSV file what you have created. Got it? 843? Everyone has this file. Just copy paste and run the program. Second question. Do the second question. The maximum salary. Second part. Second question. Open the text file. Second question. Text file now.
क्या कर रहे हो?
Got it? Here, the data is saved under the CSV, okay? Now run the second part. Get the person detail having maximum salary. Means Gary has a maximum salary, so you need to run and retrieve that particular data. So this is the way where you are going to create a data, okay? This is one way. We are creating a data using text file. Another way, we are simply download the data set and doing the same thing for our project purpose or the research purpose. Okay? So now quickly move. Quickly move to the pie chart, the visualization part. Okay? For this, you need to install some packages. Everyone, to do the chart, we need to install some packages. What are the packages? That is called your ggplot. So again, just like read you need to install ggplot2. Do it. Install.packages. Install.packages. Bracket में ggplot2. ggplot2. install.packages read जैसे किया था वैसे install.packages ggplot2. Okay, I am going to write here. Install.
आया तो देखो कोई आया तो
See here. जैसे यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है install packages plot next, you need to write gg plot2 under the inverted comma.
डाल दिया
Why we need to do? This is the package will you provide you the graphical representation. So that's why we need to install ggplot2. Huh? Install. Now we are going to start with the first data visualization graph, that is your pie chart. Those who have already installed, start with this. Do this. Create a data. Okay? We are creating a data here. Simply give a data 21, 62, 10, 53. This is one type of the numerical data, and the labeling is London, New York or Singapore, Mumbai. Then it will give you a chart name. You need to provide the chart name, whether anything you need to provide, pie chart.1, or here I have given city.png. So these are the cities can be represented using pie chart. How it will look like? This one. This one with the graph you should get. Run that particular file. Everyone, you should get this type of output. So run it.
कमांड वाली शीट
Command वाली sheet हमने share कर रखी है. वही वाली sheet. Yeah. The sheet is already shared. So you need to just copy and paste to save your time. ये आपने ये वाला रन कर लिया? ये हो गया? ये नहीं हुआ. So what you need to do, you need to just copy Control C and make a new file. एक आप ये बाद में कर देना फिर अभी इसी बात में कमांड करना है इसके नीचे आओ नीचे और नीचे फाइल चार्ट में
किया तो मैंने लेकिन ये वो कमांड्स आती है
ये वाला क्रिएट डेटा ये वाला
सबने नहीं किया था इसलिए मैंने सीखा सब भी सीखा खुद से सबने तो सब सीखा ऑप्शन
नहीं नहीं इस नीचे से एंटर कर दो ये बॉक्स में क्लिक कर दे दो यहाँ पे ये ऑप्शन एंटर करो अब देखो आपको यहाँ पे city.png आया होगा अब उसको ओपन करो हो गया ओके in the right side of your R file city.png will be created. You can just open the file and see the output. Okay, so why here the file is coming? Because we have saved our file in .png. But instead something is we are not going to save. We are simply plotting the graph. So that will come under the plot part. Now do the modification, the visualization. We are providing the pie chart, title and the color. Okay, so title and the color what we need to do, अभी आपके फिगर में सिर्फ दिख रहा है figure, there is no title. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are changing the color. Okay, so just do the second part. How we need to change? First we need to provide the data as it is. Okay, then we give the another name. Again you can say city.png, it will not override. So what you need to do, you need to give another name of that particular file, then label it. For labeling we level is X, second is your label, and then main. Main means we are providing the older file, the ct.png. कहाँ हमें changes करने हैं, okay? Then we are providing a inbuilt color that is rainbow, and then it will give you a file and then save your file. Okay, so do this part. Run this part. Then second file will be created in the right side. Open it. Okay, ma'am? So this is for your visualization purpose. What we are going to the third part. We need to slice the pie chart. कहीं visualization में हम और enhancement करना चाहते हैं, so we need to the slicing part. Slicing in the sense the third output will become in this way, the slice for more impactful insights. So run the third code. Where? So again we are providing the same data. What we need to do, we need to provide the calculation of the slicing. Calculation means 100 into x. X will be the earlier variable we have inserted. Then we need to provide the sum and multiply with the 100. Again the same part, same earlier thing is copied. Okay, no changes. Done. Slicing done. Pie chart slicing. Done.
वैसे तो मैं जब इसको क्लिक कर रही थी ना मुझसे हर बार पूछ रहा है
ये मेरा करो स्लाइसिंग हो गया?
ये सही है?
नहीं, स्लाइसिंग वाला करो।
कुछ मिस हो गया।
हाँ वो मेन की वैरायटी पाई वो कहाँ है? तेजी वाला ये है, तेजी नहीं स्लाइसिंग वाला ये है।
ये ना हमने कुछ यहाँ पे सही नहीं
कॉपी करो।
रिफ्रेश कर एक बार दोबारा इसको डिलीट करके
तो ये भी है,
ये पहले बनाया था।
अब दिन डायरेक्ट वो क्यों नहीं खोला है? ये टेक्स्ट फाइल क्या होती है, कभी कभी मेल से आप इसे कॉपी कर रहे हो तो उनके आगे पीछे अलाइनमेंट में कोडिंग में दिक्कत हो रही है। ये देखो फिर से बंद करो और आप प्रोग्राम बंद कर दो, ये बंद कर, हाँ इसको क्लोज कर दो, सेव कर दो, फिर से खोलो, फिर सेव। Done everyone? No issue. If it is not running, go for the R bar chart, because if R is going to be old version installed in your system, it will happen sometimes. आप upgrade करोगे, it will give you a result. तो यहाँ ये डेटा यहाँ हैश होगा ना, और ये डेटा
पहले वाला सामान
वो टेक्स्ट फाइल खोलो, आपका कोई स्लाइड बन गया, स्लाइड बन हो गया। ठीक है, do for the bar chart. Bar chart done. Bar chart. आपने DG प्लॉट में इंस्टॉल किया है? Okay. See, I have already shared a file which contains code and the data representation as well. Okay, as we have a lack of time from the organizer side. So what you are going to do, I have already shared the file. You can try it at your home. Okay. So right now, what you can see in that code, we will have a different chart representation. Bar graph आपको मिलेगा, histogram मिलेगा. Okay. Then the modification of that particular chart. So in this way you can represent. So all the codes are present in the text file. You can run at your home. Okay. If you find any difficulty, so how to remove the error? There is a R documentation available in the open source. Google पे लिखोगे R document, वहाँ सब error find हटा सकते हो. नहीं तो simply Google पे आप error डालोगे तो एक Stack Overflow is a site where you can find the solution. ठीक है? तो this is a box plot. Again, this is a notch box plot. So these are the representation you can find in that particular graph. So for now, what we are going to do, we can do a real-time data set representation, and you can say the exploratory data analysis. What are the things under the data set present and how we can analyze that particular data set. So for this, we need to do a iris data set. Okay. So here, iris data set contains 150 flower sample, and now we are going to explore this. We can analyze this because whenever you all are faculty and scholars here, so you must have to do some research. Okay. So for research purpose, we have a data set. You can see, you can say to the student, do some analysis of that particular data set, and they can easily do the analysis, and you can present in any conference or the journal. The paper can be easily accepted for the analysis part. Okay. So do the analysis on one of the data set. This is the inbuilt data set under the R. So here we are doing a analysis on the iris data set, which contains two types of variable. That is, one is variable which contains a flower length, flower of this type, the staple length and the petal length, and this type of the description is given in that particular data set. So first, what you नहीं नहीं, अब डेटा सेट इनबिल्ट है ना, आप उसको डेटा सेट R के अंदर ही डेटा सेट इनबिल्ट है। अब इसको देखो पहले लोड दो You can load the data set. This is built-in data set. There, it is already built in. You do not need to download that particular data set in your system and save in your file. It is already inbuilt. Everyone loaded? Write this data iris. And suppose if we want to see what are the things under the this, so write on the head iris, second part. Head iris, so you can see this is the output you are getting under the head iris part. Write down. Head iris, do it. So in this file, we are going to explore the data of the iris data set and we are going to do a exploratory data analysis. Okay? Now, we are going to display the data set structure. What are the structure they have? So write down STR.
Step 1.
इससे पहले head iris था. Head iris. To see the headers of that particular data set. What are the things are displayed? particular column or rows. So these are the structure. Now we can start with the visualization part. Firstly, we need to see if any data is missing under the data set. So we need to check with this code. So write down this code and run this. Sum is dot NA iris. NA means we need to check the any missing values. It will give you 0 because data set is structured and it doesn't have any missing values. Run this. Now plot the graph. Same code what we have done earlier, we are going to do with the actual data set, the live data set. 0 means we don't have any missing value. And now we are going to start with the visualization part. Sorry? Step 4. Share है. अभी तक आपको फिगर मिल रहा था फाइल सेक्शन में. नाउ यू आर गोइंग टू गेट इन द प्लॉट सेक्शन ऑल द प्लॉट्स. So one by one, let me run. So this is the header. This is the structure. This is the summary. In summary, you can see what are the things present under the iris. After this, we need to check for the missing value. Then we need to plot the bar. Anyone got it? This type of plot have you got? Anyone? Simply copy and paste. What here is given, we need to plot a bar plot where we are going to classify the classes. The red class is Setosa, then green and blue. We need to provide the color to the R. Then only they can recognize the color and give you a bar plot. Okay? Simply do this. Then the label is given, that is your title is the name of the flower by spaces and then your label. This thing you will get in the form of bar plot. After that, what is there? There is histogram. So, next we are going to plot for the histogram. So in this way, you can see the sepal length. Okay? The sepal length of the flower, the histogram you will get. Okay? So I have provided all the data with you. You simply go with the data and run in your system. You will find the different plots and you can show in your research or research paper. Okay? So what students are doing right now, or how we can process for the visualization, first we need to have a data set with us. Then we will pre-process, or you can say we can find the missing values. If there have any missing values, we are going to clean it in the form of to remove that particular unwanted data. Okay? Then we are going to do the processing part or the visualization part in the form of different visualization matrices, or you can say plots. The histogram, the bar plot. So इसमें भी आप you can see the first one was bar, then second one is your histogram, then third one is your box plot, and after that it will be a scatter plot. So different plot is given to analyze and visualize your data set. Why it is important? Because it gives you a weightage in your research paper. अगर आप ये पेपर में डालते हो, it will give you a more representation and the chance of acceptance is getting more. Instead of writing in the text form, do a representation more in your paper. Okay? So lastly, we have a time till 4 now. Till 4. Okay. So I would like to display one of the research paper based on the EDS so that you can simply know how to write. Give me some time. papers. Okay. So in this, what we are going to do, we are examining a data set of admission in the undergraduate. Okay. And in this, the first step we are going to do is your exploratory data analysis. So simply I am going to give a working flow. What we need to do, just I have said, we need to do a data collection, okay, then pre-processing, then visualization, and after that the analytics part, the classification and all. Okay, so how you can represent in your paper? First we need to provide some data set contains in your CSV file or any Excel file. Okay, after that what we need to do, we need to provide the visualization part. Means what are the things, how we can display our data in the paper so that the chances of acceptance is getting more in the journal. So here in this paper, the two visualization part is going to be happen, that is bar plot and heat map. So you can see the result part. The data will be shown in this way to represent your data. Earlier days, what happened in my time, during my PhD, we are not much focused on the exploratory because उस टाइम पे उतना आया नहीं था, हमारे टाइम पे इतना होता नहीं था. But nowadays, the reviewer, as an editor, we are also more focused on the representation part. Our scholars are working more on that part. Nowadays, the data is more important than your money. अभी के टाइम में everything is data. Okay, if data is going to be your research will be done. अभी के टाइम में data भी मिलना मुश्किल है. So the analysis and the visualization is much more important. That's why I'm telling you, do the visualization as much as possible to enhance the chances of acceptance in your paper. So in this way, you can represent or visualize your data and visualize all the columns or rows of the data set present. Okay, so that the whoever the reviewer can understand, okay, what are the things present under your data set and how the things will be happen in the implementation part. So in this paper we have done this thing and then we can perform the classification algorithm on that particular data set. So lastly, I would like to tell you all to do this thing, time series analysis. Okay, this is from yours only because this is very much important topic and I want you to analyze this data set. Okay, again the data set is inbuilt, no need to install. I am sharing the file quickly within 5 to 10 minutes, just complete and see the flow. Do this. Time series analysis means we are going to analyze the data associated with the time. ये कहाँ हम use कर सकते हैं? For example, we are going to analyze the spatial temporal data, means the agriculture data set we can use for the financial data set, we can use in the what you can say, the pandemic, the prediction of the pandemic diseases. We can use this type of analysis. So you can run this program and see the analysis and see the chart present in this data set. Quickly do. It will take hardly 5 to 10 minutes. This type of chart will come. Do this. In the meantime, if anyone have any questions, please ask me.
बाद हम लोग ग्राफ बनाने की ऐसे
I am giving you 2 source link for further studies on the R. It will be helpful for you. मैं 2 आपको resources का link दे रही हूँ. It will give you Meenakshi, please forward this 2 link to the participant. Okay, so this is the resources link to further studies on R. In this link, you will find all the what you can say, the introduction to R, all the data set. Okay, the prerequisite, the setup part, the more detailed way of data type, list, matrices, data variables, and all real-time case studies in the both the links. So you can try, and also you can give them the student to try themselves for the research purposes. So it will be very beneficial to learn from these resources.
And इसमें rainfall का database.
Yes, we have a data set of rainfall where we are going to predict. Any other questions? चलिए ये बनाओ. ठीक है, दिखा rainfall का. ये आप साइंस से बनवाओगे, ये कॉपी नहीं हुआ का एरो कॉपी नहीं बने तो एरो को क्या आ रहा है पूरा कॉपी हो गया, पूरा स्टार्टिंग से करके So yeah, that's it from my side. I hope you can understand some basics of our programming. We time come था, we didn't cover many more.
Thank you, Archana ma'am, for the valuable sessions. Participants, if you have any questions, you can send it in the participants group. I can forward it to the ma'am. You will get the answer. Thank you once again. See you tomorrow at sharp 9:30 here.